हेलो
हेलो लर्नर्स, जरा इमेजिन करो आईआईटी की रेस में दौड़ते दौड़ते आप बस फिनिश लाइन तक पहुंचने ही वाले हो और आपको मिल जाए एक सही दिशा में हल्का सा पुश सो दैट योर जीत इज पक्की। बिल्कुल इसीलिए हम लेकर आए हैं खास आपके लिए इन्फिनिटी लर्न जेईई एडवांस्ड क्रैश कोर्स। जेईई एडवांस्ड क्रैश कोर्स में आपको मिलती है 120 घंटे की लाइव क्लासेस, एक्सपर्ट फैकल्टी एंड डाउट क्लियरेंस और भी कमाल कमाल के फीचर्स। और जैसे कई सारे क्रैश कोर्सेज में होता है ना 100 बच्चों के बैचेस, नहीं, हम ऐसा नहीं करने वाले, क्योंकि हम देना चाहते हैं आपको पर्सनलाइज्ड लर्निंग एक्सपीरियंस, जहां आपको मिलेगी आपके हर वीक टॉपिक पे हेल्प और आपके हर सवाल का जवाब। इतना ही नहीं, आपको मिलता है श्री चैतन्य का कॉम्पिटिटिव एनवायरनमेंट। जी हां, वही श्री चैतन्य जहां है 38 सालों की लेगेसी ऑफ प्रिपेयरिंग चैंपियंस। डू यू नो दैट 21% ऑफ IITians आर फ्रॉम श्री चैतन्य। यही नहीं, जेईई एडवांस क्रैश कोर्स में सिखाते हैं खुद IITians, जिससे आपको मिलेगी सही गाइडेंस फ्रॉम द पीपल who have cleared the exam in the past। अब इतने सारे रीजंस दे दिए, इतने सारे फीचर्स बता दिए, अब तो वेट मत करो, आज ही रजिस्टर करो, क्योंकि बैचेस स्टार्ट हो रहे हैं 17 अप्रैल से। एनरोल नाउ फॉर इन्फिनिटी लर्न जेईई एडवांस क्रैश कोर्स एंड करो आपकी जीत पक्की।
Hello learners, so welcome you all to this beautiful channel Infinity Learn JEE. And first of all, I would like to announce that we are here for the paper discussion of the JEE Mains 2023 April attempt, which is also known as session 2. Now today is 11th of April and we are discussing the paper of the shift 1. Shift 1 means the morning shift. So we are here to discuss the morning shift paper of 11th of April. And as you all know that we are regularly coming live for all the dates of the JEE Mains 2023 session 2. We are coming live in the morning shift also and we are coming live just after the evening shift also. So it takes a lot of effort for our team to actually gather all the questions and the solutions for you people so that you can have a quick analysis before going for your JEE Mains 2023 attempt. I can see many of the students are right now live with me and I wish you luck for your JEE Mains 2023. Moreover, if you are watching this live session, please click on the like button, please subscribe this channel as it really motivates us and our team all together. Moreover, please put some comments in the comment section also if you have joined this session, because if you won't be putting any comment, I won't be able to know that you are the part of this live session. So Yashwant has joined. Hi Yashwant, how are you? So when is your exam? Put the date in the comment section. When are you going to attend the JEE Mains 2023? Hi Surya, hi Shivam Pandey, good afternoon, very good morning, very good afternoon everyone. And I hope this time also we are expecting the same paper as we are as we have got the paper in the previous attempts. So in the last evening shift we have found that the maths portion was bit calculative. Students were able to solve the questions, but it were required they were requiring more than 3 minutes per question to actually solve some of the few questions. Okay, so that is why I can see that the little bit amount of the due to the calculation part, little bit amount of the level of the maths particular section has been increased in the evening shift yesterday. So yes, hi Lakshita, and I wish that you all get a good percentile in your JEE Mains 2023 and also put the date of your JEE attempt. Okay, so if you have appeared for the JEE Mains, then please type the comment appeared, and if you haven't appeared for the JEE Mains, please type the date in which you are going to give your JEE Mains examination. Okay, so that will help me out to actually make up that these particular section of the students have given the examination and these particular group of the students have to give the examination. If you are not watching this live, you are watching the recorded video of this, so please put the comment of the date in which you are actually writing your JEE Mains examination. Okay, Shivam Pandey says it is 13th of April. Surya says it is 13th of April. It's good to hear that. And we are here on 11th of April, shift 1. So you will have a better analysis before writing your JEE Mains examination. here through this video, through this live session, you'll have an analysis of how the paper will be coming today. You help me a lot by giving solutions of the January attempt. Thank you, Shivam Pandey. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And these type of the comments are really mattering for us and our team all together, because it takes a lot of effort to develop the content and give it to you in the form of a YouTube channel. Okay, so it doesn't mean that only Infinity Learn is doing, every organization is doing this thing, but I really appreciate the effort that every team member is putting in every organization to help the students. And the student like Shivam Pandey also, I wish you thank you so much for the comments that you have put here in the comment section. And okay, Shivam says okay. Chalo, so we'll be waiting. I'm just waiting for the questions to come. Right now we have obtained 3 or 4 questions from the chemistry, and sir is about to come and discuss with you the questions. And moreover, beta Shivam Pandey, do not put the comment personally. Okay, you need to chat with me, not with the other people over this chat. Okay, so please chat with me only. Okay, and if you know someone, you can directly chat with them. Okay, no need to chat in this particular platform. All right, so I just want to inform you that our team has gone outside the centers. They are just gathering the questions from the students, and in a very few minutes they will be giving us the questions that they have collected from the students, and then we'll be starting with the discussion of the today's paper analysis. Meanwhile, if you have attempted your examination, okay, today in the morning shift, so you can also give us the analysis that how was the mathematics section, how was the physics section, and how was the chemistry section today of the JEE Mains 2023 April attempt, that is 11th of April shift 1. Okay, so basically this paper of JEE Mains will go till 15th of April. Okay, so we will be coming live after each and every date of the JEE Mains, and all those students who have qualified for the JEE Mains, we will be giving a hand-on support till your JEE Advanced preparation. For that, we have a crash course also for the JEE Advanced. You can watch you can get the information related to the crash course in the description box. There is a link. Click on that link and you'll be able to get all the relevant information related to the crash course of the JEE Advanced preparation. Moreover, if you don't want to join this crash course, you are well versed with the JEE Advanced topics, you are well versed with the JEE Advanced curriculum and the questions, you think that you are well prepared for it. So there is a special test series also, that also you can join. Moreover, if you don't want to join test series or you don't want to join the crash course, then you can come to our YouTube channel regularly, because here also we will be regularly posting the content related to the JEE Advanced. So we would be conducting the capsule question list, in which we will be discussing very good amount of the questions which are of good level of the mathematics, physics and chemistry individually. So that will help you out in gaining or in boosting your marks in your JEE Advanced examination. Sir, my exam is on 13th second shift. Hi Manasvi, it's good to hear that, and I wish you luck for your 13th second shift examination of the JEE Mains. And all those students who are yet to appear for the JEE Mains, there is a good news for you, that all the papers are following the same trend, and it is very beneficial for you guys who are giving the attempt late, that they know some of the trends of the questions which are coming. For example, the distance between the skew lines, it is always been asked. Second, integration by substitution, it is always been asked. Third, the type of the question which follows the Leibniz rule is always been asked. Okay, a basic question from permutation and combination in every shift is always been asked. So these are some of the fixed questions that are coming in every attempt. Okay, so determinant value of adjoint A, this formula is always been asked in every shift. So these are some of the fixed pattern of the questions in mathematics which are regularly coming. Okay, in every shift we can follow that. In every shift we can see these type of questions which are coming every time. Okay, so if you know the set of the formula, if you know the trend of the questions that are coming, then it will be very helping you out to give your JEE Mains attempt. So it is highly suggestible for you to please join our Telegram group, because in our Telegram group we are regularly posting the PDFs of the session that we are conducting, and through those PDFs you'll be able to get all the questions of the memory based questions that we have gathered from the students, and this PDF will be helping you out to actually boost your percentile in your JEE Mains examination. So before writing your JEE Mains, please attempt the previous memory based questions PDF, and thus it will be helping you out to actually boost your score. So this is a main ideology to conduct these live sessions, so that we can help the students who would be giving their JEE Mains attempt in the further shifts. Right now I am discussing the paper of 11th of April, so it is highly beneficial for all those who have their exam beyond 11th. So after 11th, even if you have your exam in the shift 2 also, then also this live session is very beneficial for you. Sir, once again explain adjoint of 2A formula. So basically the question is, whenever a problem is being asked, they are giving you the determinant value of adjoint of 2A. Okay, and you need to keep in your mind one thing, that whenever they are asking you to write the value of adjoint of A, determinant value of adjoint of A, so the formula will be determinant A raised to the power n minus 1, where n denotes the order. Suppose 2 cross 2 matrix is given, then n will be 2. And suppose 3 cross 3 matrix is given, then n will be 3. So determinant value of the adjoint A will be equals to determinant A raised to the power n minus 1, where n denotes the order. So here adjoint, if you are writing 2 times in the determinant of adjoint A. So in this particular case, what will happen? Instead of writing determinant of A raised to the power n minus 1, you will be writing determinant of A raised to the power n minus 1 whole square. Because n minus 1, 2 times it will come. So you will be writing n minus 1 whole square, where n denotes the order. Suppose A is having the order 3 cross 3. So n will be 3. So in that case, this particular, the question that you have posted here, Manasvi, determinant value of adjoint 2A will be equals to determinant of 2A raised to the power n minus 1 whole square, where n denotes the order. Now it depends on the value of n, what the value of n is given to you. A can be 2 cross 2 also, and A can be 3 cross 3 also. I hope you understood the concept. If he gives the adjoint 3 times, even we should use the same formula, then it will be n minus 1 raised to the power 3 will appear. Okay, I hope you understood the concept that is being applied over here. So these are the main questions, and you'll observe that if you watch all the PDFs that are being posted in our Telegram group, so there are similarity in the type of the question that is being coming in every shift. I am the mathematics teacher, so I am giving you a point of view from the mathematics. Okay, I am giving you the concepts of the mathematics which are regularly coming. Now, being if you watch the questions of the physics, you'll see a trend in that. If you watch the questions of the chemistry, you will see a trend in that some of the concepts are being repeated many a times. So this is the thing that you need to make sure before writing your JEE Mains examination. You need to observe all those concepts which are coming many a times in your attempt, which are coming many a times in your previous attempts. Okay, so that is the main observation you should have before writing your JEE Mains examination. Okay, this is a most important tip that the student are always demanding for before writing their JEE Mains examination. Okay, so I hope I wish you luck for your JEE Mains examination, and I can see that the subscriber in our channel is less, but the effort that we are putting is huge. Okay, and I can see the likes are also very less. So I can see many a times there are many students in our live session, but they're not subscribing the channel, but they're not liking the video. So I request everyone to please subscribe this channel if you haven't subscribed it, and please like the video, because it really motivates our team. And we also have the data of the students that this much of the subscriber we have gained for the effort that we have put today, and this much of the likes we have gained for the effort that we have put today. Okay, so a basic subscribe button, if you hit the subscribe button, there is a no charge for it. It is free of cost. If you hit a like button, there is no charge. It is free of cost, but it really motivates us. Okay, so every time whenever we are coming live, it is your responsibility to motivate us in the form of giving us a subscribe as well as the like. Okay, even if you have various mobile phones at your home, so please try to like and subscribe from every mobile phone. Okay. So we have Nitin sir with us, and he would be discussing the chemistry questions with you, because we have 2 questions right now of chemistry, and as soon as his questions of chemistry would completed, I'll be taking the maths questions and physics sir would be taking the physics question. Okay, so here we go, and I wish you luck for your JEE Mains attempt. if there are students in our live session who are about to give for the second shift examination. So all the best everyone for your second shift of today's, that is 11th of April examination. And if you are having the examination on 13th or 15th, so stay in this particular session, you will be able to learn a lot. So this was all about the introduction to this session, and without wasting your time, we are just about to start this particular session in which we'll be discussing the questions as well as the solutions of the JEE Main 2023 of the 11th of April, shift 1. So here we go, sir, it's up to you now.
Thank you, sir. So how was the exam, guys? Those who wrote this JEE in the morning session today, how was your exam? Tell me about your chemistry segment. How did you find it? As always, easy or moderate? You can also tell about your physics and maths. How were they? Okay. So we have some questions from chemistry, right? Let us go ahead with the discussion. So in chemistry, the questions were really easy, right? As always, a lot of questions were really direct, okay? And as usual, as we have been recommending, that questions from chemistry sections, they are really very easy, right? That they are so easy that you can solve chemistry section under 30 minutes, right? Because chemistry and maths, physics and maths, they are usually lengthy, so they require more time. So chemistry comes to your rescue, right? So yes, this was the first question that we got in the morning paper today, right? Just remember that this is a memory based paper, right? So find the spin magnetic moment ratio for complexes this and this, right? Hexacyanochromate and hexaquachromium, right? Tell me what will be the correct answer to this question, guys. What will be the correct answer to this question? So you know that the electronic configuration of chromium is 3d54s1, right? The electronic configuration of chromium is 3d54s1, okay? So if in these both complexes, the oxidation number is +3, right? Here the oxidation number is +3, here also the oxidation number is +3. Is that clear, right? Is that clear, everyone? You can tell me in the chat section, guys. Those who are present watching this session live, you can drop hi or in the chat section, or you can tell me how was your chemistry paper today. And those who are yet to write their paper, you can let me know how are you feeling, how is your preparation, are you feeling all good? So here the oxidation number is +3, right? The oxidation number of chromium here is +3, here also it is +3. Now the electronic configuration of chromium is 3d54s1. Removal of 3 electron will give you 3d3. Removal of 3 electrons will give you 3d3. Now which means that the configuration will be this, right? Okay. Now remember that because you have 2d orbitals vacant, so you do not need to force the pairing of electrons. You already have 2 electrons available, right? So the hybridization can be d2sp3. हाइब्रिडाइजेशन जो है दोनों केसेस में d2sp3 हो सकता है. इसका मतलब that means both complexes will have 3 unpaired electrons, right? Both complexes will have 3 unpaired electrons, this one and this one. So because they have 3 unpaired electrons each, that is why the magnetic moment ratio will be 1:1, right? Because I have told you earlier also that the correct answers were because very good. The ratio will be 1:1. It's very simple, guys. The magnetic moment is proportional to the number of unpaired electrons, and both complexes have same number of unpaired electrons, that is 3 on the central metal ion, right? So the same number of electrons, so the answer is going to be 1:1. So this was very easy question that we got in the morning today. Another question, very easy question. So when you study concentration terms, I think this is the first term that you study, right? Mass percentage is the most easy, right? Basic one. So tell me, guys, how will you solve this question? ये question कैसे solve करेंगे ये बताओ जरा. 25% of 250 gram sugar solution and 40% of 500 gram sugar solution are mixed. Then find out the mass percentage of, it's not given, but let's go about with sugar, right? So mass percentage of sugar in the mixture. So how will you do it, guys? Mass percentage of sugar, right? Mass percentage of sugar in the mixture. So you guys know that the formula of mass percentage is simple. It is the formula, for example, if I have to calculate mass percentage of sugar, So what will be the formula? Total mass of sugar. It's very easy question, guys. Total mass of sugar divided by total mass of solution divided by total mass of solution multiplied by 100. Okay, so that's very easy question. Tell me guys in the chat section what will be the correct answer. Tell me in the chat section what will be the correct answer. So mass percentage of sugar will be how much? First solution is 250 gram, second solution is 500 gram. So the total mass of the solution, it is 750 gram. Is that clear? Is that clear? Yes, yes, Praveen, I'll take up this question. Correct order of first ionization enthalpy of lithium, beryllium, nitrogen, fluorine. What is X? Yes, Praveen, I'll discuss this question. I already have it. Thanks anyway for putting it up here. So mass percentage of sugar will be, the total mass of solution will be 750, right? First solution is 250 gram and उसमें sugar कितना है 25%, right? 25%. So sugar का mass हो जाएगा 250 multiplied by 25 by 100. All right. This will be the mass of sugar. Yes, typical problem. Yes, yes. Yes, 35%. Yes, correct. Very good. 250 gram solution, उसमें से 25% sugar, so 250 into 25 by 100, right? और दूसरा solution 500 gram है, but it contains 40% of sugar, so that will be 40 by 100. All right. So this is 62.5. This is 62.5, and this is 200. 262.5 divided by 750. So which is I think 35%, right? Yes, correct. Very good. So the correct answer will be 35%. Is that clear? Is that clear, everyone? Right? So this was 4 marks for free, right? If you knew this problem, then 4 marks absolutely for free. Okay, right? Now yes, correct. So Vikas, so 35% is the correct answer. Now let us go to the next question. As one student said, the correct order of ionization enthalpy, right? Oh, okay. Let's discuss this first. No problem. ये वाला भी ये क्वेश्चन आया था गाइज, वेरी वेरी इजी क्वेश्चन, आरएमएस स्पीड के ऊपर, ठीक है. इन अ कंटेनर एट अ कांस्टेंट टेम्परेचर अरेंज द फॉलोइंग मॉलिक्यूल्स पार्टिकल्स इन द ऑर्डर ऑफ देयर इंक्रीजिंग आरएमएस स्पीड, राइट? So you guys know that RMS speed is root mean square speed and the formula is 3RT by M, right? इसका मतलब है RMS speed जो है it's a function of two parameters, first is temperature and another is molar mass, right? RMS speed, root mean square speed of any particle is a function of two parameters, temperature and molar mass, right? तो यहाँ पे temperature constant है, इसका मतलब it will be inversely proportional to the square root of molar mass. And they have not asked the ratio. The question is very easy. They have just asked the order, right? Arrange, right? Order. So obviously the minimum molecular mass will be of neon. Yes, yes, very good, Surya Vikas. So it's very easy question, guys. The minimum molecular mass is of neon. So RMS speed of neon will be maximum, right? RMS speed of neon will be maximum because the molar mass is just 20. For chlorine, the molar mass is 71, right? So molar mass is more, so RMS speed will be less. So then RMS speed of chlorine, right? And UF6 is a very heavy molecule. The atomic mass of uranium itself is around 235. So it has the highest molecular mass out of these three. So RMS speed will be minimum, right? So very, very easy question, I would say. Again, now if you have studied its states of matter, so you guys know that this is a very easy concept, right? RMS speed. So this was one question that we got, right? Then let's see. Yes, so this was a question, right? Praveen was talking about what is the order of the first ionization enthalpy for these elements. So these elements belong to the second period of the modern periodic table: lithium, beryllium, carbon, boron, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, right? Now what makes this question a little interesting is that there are two exceptions in this, right? Normally what we study, that ionization enthalpy increases across the period, right? Ionization enthalpy increases across the period, but then you guys know there are some exceptions, right? In almost every physical property down the group and across the period. So will you guys tell me? Okay, first I'll tell you what is the sequence, right? So lithium, then beryllium, then boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen and fluorine, right? This is a sequence of these elements in the second period. Now, normally ionization enthalpy should increase in this sequence, but then you know that there is an exception between these two elements, right? Because beryllium has completely filled s orbital, greater penetration effect, right? Boron is 2s2, 2p1, okay? Boron has 2s2, 2p1, so it has an incompletely filled shell, whereas it has completely filled shell. So there will be, the ionization enthalpy will be higher for beryllium. So these two elements will swap, right? And then carbon, nitrogen, oxygen. So what about this? Nitrogen and oxygen, okay? So you guys know there is an exception in nitrogen and oxygen also, right? So nitrogen is 2p3, oxygen is 2p4, right? So it is half filled, nitrogen is half filled, right? So you guys know half filled and completely filled subshells are more stable than incompletely filled subshells. So obviously out of nitrogen and oxygen, which element do we expect to have higher ionization enthalpy? Of course nitrogen, right? Because removal of one electron will disturb its electronic configuration. So the correct order I am writing for you guys here. So lithium minimum, then out of beryllium and boron, boron will come first, right? Then beryllium will come, right? Then carbon. Out of nitrogen and oxygen, oxygen has lower ionization enthalpy, right? So oxygen and then nitrogen. Okay, remember this exception even goes down in the third and fourth period. Out of phosphorus and sulfur, phosphorus has higher ionization enthalpy, right? And similarly in the fourth period. Yes, Manasvi. So nitrogen, and then after you have fluorine. Is that clear, right? After you have fluorine, yes. So there is one exception pair between beryllium and boron, and there is one exception pair between nitrogen and oxygen. Is that clear? So I hope everybody understood this, okay? If you have any doubt, just let me know, okay? Then this one question based on the electrophilic aromatic substitution reactions, right? SEAR, electrophilic aromatic substitution reactions. So the molecule given were right? So now tell me guys, what will be the correct order of the reactivity of these molecules towards electrophilic aromatic substitution reactions, okay? Let me just give you a little bit of hint here. The reaction will occur on the benzene ring, of course, right? And this is something you have common, right? The phenolic part. Okay, so you should always try to figure out what is the difference among these molecules. So here you have oxygen, right, attached to the benzene ring. Here you have a carbonyl group, and there you have OH. So can you guys tell me which will be the most reactive among these? Which will be the most reactive among these? Can you guys tell me? Can you guys tell me which will be the most reactive among these towards electrophilic aromatic substitution reaction? So here oxygen will donate its electron pair, right? So this will be more reactive. Here carbonyl group, it shows -I and -M, so this will be least reactive, okay? Here you have OH group, it cannot show resonance, but it will definitely withdraw electron density through -I effect, right? So we can say the most reactive molecule is 1. Yes, very good Manasvi. First molecule is the most reactive because benzene not only contains an OH group, it also has an oxygen at ortho position, right? And then your third molecule will come, right, because it is slightly deactivated but not so much. And the least reactive molecule is second. Why? Because at the ortho position we have a carbonyl group which is a very strongly electron withdrawing group. Is that clear, right? So I hope ये सब लोगों को समझ में आ गया होगा. First, third and second. This is the order. Yes. Welcome Nikhil, welcome to the session. Yes, very good, correct answer. That is 1, 3, 2. That is the correct answer. So I would call it like easy to moderate question based on the reactivity. Okay. Then as always we got one question based on the molecular geometry and shape. So there was this chlorite ion, there was azide ion, ammonium ion and SF4. All right, and the geometries given, they were linear, right, tetrahedral, bent and seesaw, right? Match these. So very simple question based on steric number, right? And molecular geometry, you guys know, it's a very fundamental concept in chemistry. Okay, so what do you guys think, which of these will match with which? Just calculate the steric number, just calculate the steric number for the central atom in each of these species. So yes, I got ammonium, I think, with which you are matching ammonium. Nikhil said A1, B3, C2, D4. Are you sure? Are you sure A will match with 1? Nikhil, are you sure? Will A match with 1? Just apply the logic again, guys. Apply the logic again. Just see with which matches with which. N3 minus is linear. Yes, yes, very good, correct, Surya Vikas. N3 minus is linear. N3 minus is linear. This N3 minus is linear. What about other one? A matches with 3. Bent, yes, yes, very good, very good. SF4 is seesaw, yes, yes, very good. SF4 is seesaw, very good, guys. Now I am getting the correct answer. Hello Sai Teja, how are you doing? Right. Yes, yes, yes. So this is the for now this is the last question on chemistry that I have, right? Now maths and physics will be coming up with some more problems. What about this, guys? Let us quickly solve this question. Let us quickly solve this question. ClO2 minus, paper tough आया क्या? नहीं, paper easy आया. In chemistry section, I can tell you that, Sai Teja. For maths and physics, Akshay sir and Aniruddha sir will come and let you know, right? So chlorine has 7 valence electrons, 7 plus 1, 8 electrons. 2 are distributed with oxygen. 4 electrons are left. And then which become 2 lone pairs, right? Which become 2 lone pairs. So it's like this, okay? Right? It is like this, bent, yes. So it matches with this, bent, okay? With as compared to day 1, it was easier. Sai Teja, as compared to day 1, it was easier. N3 minus is azide, right? It looks like this, right? It is linear, you can draw its shape. N3 minus is linear. NH4 plus is tetrahedral, of course, because nitrogen has 5 minus 1, 4 electrons, right? So it would look like this, right? So very good, NH4 plus will match with tetrahedral. NSF4 definitely with seesaw, and it's a very it's a very common molecule that we say कि sulfur has 6 valence electrons, 4 will be distributed with fluorine and 2 electrons will be there, right? So that will make a lone pair. Now sulfur, always remember in trigonal bipyramidal geometry, the lone pair occupies equatorial position, right? So the remaining 2 equatorial position will be taken up by fluorine, and yes, yes, very good, correct, guys. So molecular geometry is trigonal bipyramidal, but the shape is seesaw, right? But the shape is seesaw. ये सब लोगों को समझ में आया? ये सब लोगों को समझ में आया? ये बताओ जरा, है ना? राइट, ये सब लोगों को समझ में आया? तो ये जो था हमारा मॉलिक्यूलर शेप था, ठीक है, राइट? अगर कुछ और डाउट हो केमिस्ट्री में तो मुझे बताओ गाइस. अगर कुछ और डाउट हो केमिस्ट्री में तो मुझे बताओ. सर पारप सीरीज का पीडीएफ डालो ग्रुप में केमिस्ट्री का. ठीक है साई तेजा, आई विल गेट इन टच विद द टीम, राइट? सो इफ दे हैव the PDF of that session available, definitely I'll ask them to drop it in the group, right? Chalo, now we have Akshay sir with some more maths questions. I'll be back again with chemistry questions, right?
So hello guys, I hope you have done with your chemistry questions and you are able to have the glimpse of the chemistry questions that have been received by us and our team. So let us discuss few of the maths questions that are there, and then we'll be moving ahead with a few physics questions. Okay, so just a minute. All right. So here is a first maths question in front of you, and I wish that first of all you try to do this question, and if you're not able to do, level is increased in the maths. Hi Akshay sir, hello, my name is also Akshay. Okay, it's good to see you. Sai Teja, yes. Sir, power up series का PDF डालो group में chemistry का. Okay, we'll post the PDF if you have told. There is a question in front of you. I'm just hiding myself because you can be able to see this question. If x plus y plus z is equals to 17 and x, y, z are non-negative integers, then find the number of integral solutions. Okay, so there are three variables x plus y plus z. Okay, and what is the meaning of non-negative? Non-negative का मतलब होता है जिसकी वैल्यू नेगेटिव ना हो, मतलब जीरो से बड़ा बड़ा जो भी नंबर होगा वो इंटीजर के फॉर्म में वो नॉन नेगेटिव इंटीजर्स की कैटेगरी में फॉल करेगा. जैसे 0 भी होगा, 1 भी होगा, 2 भी होगा, 3 भी होगा, ये सारे नॉन नेगेटिव होंगे. ठीक है, हमें दिया हुआ है x प्लस वाई प्लस जी इज इक्वल टू 17 और हमें इसके नंबर ऑफ नॉन नेगेटिव इंटीग्रल सॉल्यूशंस निकालने हैं. सो हाउ विल आई बी एबल टू डू दिस? तो सबसे पहले तो आप मुझे मेथड बताओ, विच मेथड डू आई शुड आई यूज हियर टू एक्चुअली कैलकुलेट द नंबर ऑफ नॉन नेगेटिव इंटीग्रल सॉल्यूशंस इन दिस क्वेश्चन. प्लीज टेल मी, ऐसे कितने मैं लगा सकता हूं, कितने मेथड्स यूज कर सकता हूं, कौन सा मेथड यूज कर सकता हूं टू एक्चुअली गेट द नंबर ऑफ नॉन नेगेटिव इंटीग्रल सॉल्यूशंस. तो सबसे पहले तो मैं आपसे सीख कर रहा था. यस निखिल, यू आर एब्सोल्युटली राइट. तो यहां पे कॉन्सेप्ट क्या होगा, यहां पे आप लगा देंगे बेगर्स मेथड, और बहुत ही आसान है ये बेगर्स मेथड लगाना. सो सपोज आपके पास है ना n आइडेंटिकल ऑब्जेक्ट्स हैं. ठीक है, n आइडेंटिकल ऑब्जेक्ट्स हैं. सबसे पहले मैं कॉन्सेप्ट बता देता हूं. So my dear students, if you have n identical objects and you have r beggars and you want to distribute these n identical objects to r beggars, so the number of ways of distributing n identical objects to r beggars will be equals to n plus r minus 1 c r minus 1. So n plus r minus 1 CR minus 1. Okay, now here also we have 17 identical objects. Okay, so I'm just splitting this 17 into 17 identical objects, and I want to distribute these 17 identical objects to 3 beggars such that one may receive none, one or many. So the value of x can be 0 also, value of x can be 1 also, the value of x can be 2, 3, 4 up till 17 also. Okay, so in how many ways I can distribute these 17 objects to 3 beggars such that one may receive none, one or many. So the concept will be, we'll be applying the concept of 17 plus r minus 1 cr minus 1. So that will give me a value 17 plus 3 20, 20 minus 1, that will be 19, and 19 c2. If I try to solve the value of 19 c2, I'll be able to get 171. Absolutely students, 171, you have given the right answer. Hello sir, मेरा JEE मेंस के सेंटर बहुत दूर पड़ा है, क्या मैं अपना सेंटर चेंज करा सकता हूं अभी? पहले प्लीज बता दीजिए. नो, दिस इज नॉट पॉसिबल नाउ. यहाँ पे अभी तो कोई पॉसिबल नहीं हो पाएगा, क्योंकि आपको अगर सेंटर दूर है तो अब ट्रैवल करो, क्योंकि अब लास्ट मोमेंट पे चेंजेस कराना बहुत मुश्किल है, और ये कोई क्राइटेरिया प्रोसेस भी नहीं है कि सेंटर आप चेंज करा सको. बिकॉज अगर ऐसा कोई प्रोसेस होता तो फिर सभी बच्चे यही करते जो उनके घर के नियर है, उसी सेंटर को चूज करते हैं ना. तो ये इस वजह से फीजिबल भी नहीं लग रहा मुझे. नाउ लेट अस मूव टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. हियर वी हैव अनदर क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम द मैथमेटिक्स सब्जेक्ट, एंड आई विश कि आप उस क्वेश्चन को भी कर पाओ. ओके, सो इजी क्वेश्चन वी हैव फ्रॉम द मैथमेटिक्स. 2 क्वेश्चन अभी तक आए हैं और ये दोनों के दोनों क्वेश्चन वेरी इजी क्वेश्चंस वी हैव. सो वी हैव 5 बॉयज with the allotted roll numbers and the seat numbers, and are seated in such a way such that no one sits on the allotted seat. देखो ये बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट बात है कि है ना, सोचो आपके पास है ना बॉयज की कैटेगरी दे रखी है boys 1, then boy 2, then boy 3, then boy 4 and then boy 5. And to these boys we have their seats also. This is seat number 1, seat number 2, seat number 3, seat number 4, seat number 5. All right. Now I need to make them seated in such a way such that no boys should sit in their own position. That means the concept of derangement will be applied. Very nice, students. Very easy question, just the formula based question over here, and you need to just use the formula of the derangement and you'll be able to get the answer. So how many people are there? 5. So the concept of using the derangement will be 5 factorial times 1 minus 1 upon 1 factorial plus 1 upon 2 factorial minus 1 upon 3 factorial plus 1 upon 4 factorial and minus 1 upon 5 factorial. So basically we have applied this formula of the derangement over here to get the number of ways to make 5 boys seated on their chairs so that no boy sits on the allotted seat over here. I hope you are able to understand this. Okay, now how will I be able to simplify? I know that these two quantities are similar, so they will cancel out each other, and here I'll just take the LCM and try to get the value. So my dear students, it's up to you now. Please try to give me the answer. If you want to derange the 5 people, so the formula I already had written, but the calculation part you need to do it yourself. Okay, so the concept will be 1 by 2 minus 1 by 6. So I'm writing here 5 factorial is 120. So 120 times 1 by 2, then it will be 1 by 6, then it will be 1 upon 24, and then it will be 1 upon 20. So I'm taking this 120 as LCM, and here I'll observe that 120 outside and 120 LCM, both are getting cancelled. So here it will be 60, here it will be 120 over 6, that is 20, here it will be 120 over 24, which is 5, and here I'll observe it is 1. So 60 minus 20, it will be 40, 40 plus 5, it will be 45, 45 minus 1, so that will give me a value which is equals to 44. So absolutely, Nikhil, you have given the right answer, and these are the 2 questions that I have obtained in the subject mathematics, and I would like to invite now Anirudh sir. He would be taking your physics questions, and meanwhile, as soon as I get the mathematics question more, I'll discuss it with you. Okay, so sir, how many questions do you have?
So I have a few questions. I have 4 questions right now and more are coming in.
Okay.
So I'll start off with them as and when they come. Maybe I'll do it, or Nitin sir or you, if you get the questions, you can come in as well.
Okay, so do you need this blank slide or
Just
they
a
have?
blank slide.
Okay,
Blank
just
slide is enough.
blank slide. Okay.
So students, just it's a part of a good news, and also kind of some people might be a bit more bothered about it, that the JEE questions in the first few shifts, in the first few days, they were way too simple. Now it's still simple, but at least it's getting towards that JEE main level. The question level is becoming, I won't say tough, but standard.
So sir, we can observe that the level, sir, I think your mic is off. Students are not able to hear you. Okay, so we can observe that the level of the questions in the physics have like somewhat increased in this particular shift.
Yes, like bit by bit. I think yesterday's session, Sai Teja was here. He was telling that, sir, we have bad luck because our exam is later on and the question levels are becoming more and more challenging. But that is not the case, because the ones who have later exams, they might be getting slightly more standard questions, but a lot of the questions are getting repeated from previous shifts. So there you have the advantage. Do all of these.
Moreover, sir, there is one more advantage for the students who have their examination in the upcoming shifts, because they will be gaining the experience from these live sessions.
Yes.
They will be able to know how what are the trends of the question is being coming. So yes, you always have an advantage who are giving the examination in the upcoming shifts. Okay. So sir, it's up to you.
Thank you, sir. So you'll see even the questions that I have, there is one question that is similar, that projectile motion is coming again and again and again. Okay. Okay, Praveen has sent a question, variation of magnetic field. We'll start off with this, but Praveen has sent, thank you Praveen, variation of magnetic field through a coil of area 4 meters square is shown. What is the EMF induced in the coil? Without the graph, it's a bit difficult for me to figure out, because I'm assuming the area is given. So your magnetic field would be changing with time. You would get an equation of B with respect to t, and then A into dB dt will give you d phi dt. That would be your EMF, but we haven't got that graph yet, so I can't take on that question, but I've just explained how to do it. Once we get it, we'll do it properly. So here's the first question that we have got. It is said that bullets are emitted, just a moment. It is said that bullets are fired at 250 meters per second with velocity 250 meters per second. Okay, the mass of each bullet is equal to 10 grams. Mass of each bullet is 10 grams, that is equal to 0.01, or rather I can put 10 to the power minus 2 kg. That is, we have to convert it into SI units, so it's 10 to the power minus 2 kg. Next they have said on the other side, the recoil force is equal to 125 newtons. That is the recoil force experienced. They have asked you how many bullets are emitted per second. Bullets emitted, or bullets shot rather, not emitted. We have done so much physics that whenever there are particles, we emit particles. We don't shoot particles anymore, but it will be bullets shot per second. Okay, it would be bullets shot per second. So that is what we need to find out. So over here, first picturize this entire thing. Sai Teja says you have to do with center of mass. You don't have to deal with it in center of mass. You can just work with this in terms of momentum and force. Because over here, see what is happening. Say we have the gun here and the bullets are going out, right? Each bullet has this mass and it's moving with this velocity. So what is the momentum that each bullet will have? The momentum of each bullet will be equal to m into v, that is equal to 10 to the power minus 2 into 250, that is equal to 2.5 kg meters per second. That is the momentum of each bullet as it's going out. What do we know as the force? We know force is equal to the total momentum divided by the total time. Since I want it per second and I know even the force is actually kg meter per second square, I can actually represent the momentum, total momentum, as the number of bullets shot per second multiplied with the momentum of each bullet. That will tell you what is the total momentum change in your 1 second. Okay, so the answer over here, it would be n into p divided by the time, that is already 1 second, because we are dealing with it in bullets per second. This n itself has that 1 second below it. Okay, so over here that is f. So n is equal to f by p, that is 125, that is given as the force, divided by momentum of each bullet, that is 2.5, and the answer is 50. So the bullets shot per second is 50 bullets. Okay, that's right, Nikhil, Aditya, the answer is 50. Yeah, Sai Teja, this is the recoil case. F is equal to n mu into t. That's also you can use. I just broke down and explained the concept to you, how that formula comes about. Okay, Shivam, you're saying option A. I don't have options here. It might have been option A in your paper, but we don't have the options here. Okay, is this clear to everyone? We'll move ahead to the next one now. The next question is on, just a moment. Okay, this is a nice question because this is, I won't say it's a challenging question, but it requires some sort of thinking at least. So in this question, they have said a projectile motion, which by the way is coming in every single shift. Projectile motion is there in every single shift. Okay. Hello, you want me to repeat it or is that clear? Because I rubbed it off, just pointed a bit earlier. Because here we are erasing the entire slide, it's a bit difficult to get to. Okay. Okay, I'll discuss the next question. Hello, if you have a doubt, then let me know. So over here, this question says that a projectile is launched at a velocity u at an angle of 30 degree. Now it is said that it undertakes a path, lands over here. It lands over here. It is said that at t equal to 3 seconds, at t equal to 3 and t equal to 5 in seconds, they have same speed. They will be having same speed at t equal to 3 seconds and t equal to 5 seconds. So the velocity can't be the same. The reason being the velocity has to change, the direction has to change. Your speed might remain the same, but your speed might be same at 2 points, but your direction will change. So let's assume that the points that we are dealing with are, one is over here where the velocity is v, and the other point, remember, the same velocity will happen at the same height, which means the same velocity will be over here. The same speed will be over here, where both of them will have the exact same height. Only then will you have the same velocity, same speed at both of those points. Okay. So over here we have t equal to 3 and t equal to 5 seconds. We know at this point t is equal to 3 and at this point t is equal to 5. The way to solve this question is you have to solve this with the method of time of flight. Okay. You have to solve this with the method of the time of flight. How do we figure that out? See, the time taken to go this much, remember the horizontal speed is the same. You don't even need to bother about it. Just from a vertical point of view, you know that the time it takes to rise this much is also the exact same time it takes to fall by this much. Okay, that is the very basis of your normal motion under gravity. That the time it takes to rise up a certain height is the same time it takes to come down by that height. Okay, so you know that if this path took 3 seconds, then this path will also take 3 seconds. This part of the path will also take 3 seconds to come down. So what does your total time of flight become? Your total time of flight then becomes this much distance took 5 seconds, this to this took 3 seconds. So your total time of flight is equal to 8 seconds, 5 plus 3 seconds. Is this clear to everyone? Why the time of flight came to be 8 seconds? You can even think of it in another way. You can even get the time of flight in another way. If you take the peak point, since over here it is 3 seconds, over here at the same level it's at 5 seconds, you can be sure that this is achieved at the midpoint, that is at 4 seconds. Okay, this you will get at the midpoint because here's 3, here's 5, so you know the peak will come in between these two times, that is at 4 seconds. So if half of the time of flight is 4 seconds, the total time of flight has to be 2 times of that, that is 8 seconds. Okay, so we have got 8 seconds. We need to find this u. This is what we need to find, u. So to solve that, we know time of flight formula is given by 2u sine of theta, which theta here is 30 degree, sine of 30 divided by g, that is equal to 8, or u is equal to 8 into g, g will be 10, divided by 2 into sine of 30 is again half, cancel this out, your u becomes equal to 80 meters per second. Okay, that's right Nikhil, it's 80 meters per second. This is the first good question I have seen in JEE so far. There have been what 6-7 shifts so far. This is the first one that I'm like, okay, this is worth it. This is a JEE level question that we have finally got. Okay, so nice question, very good question over here. Again, this concept, figuring out the time of flight, understanding that you have to work with the either add the 2 times, or even if you think with regards to the midpoint, both of those logics work. Okay, okay, we have a few more questions, just give me a moment. Okay, we have a resistance question. We have a resistance question which is again very simple, but there is one trick where students can make a mistake. So focus on this one. This says that you have 2 points about a battery. You connect 2 resistances, one of them in parallel. This is R and this is R. And in the second case, you have the same battery, but this time you connect the resistances in series. Again R and R, and let's assume that the battery has the potential V. The heat produced in this system is given by H1. H1 is the heat produced in this system and H2 is the heat produced in this system. They have asked you for the ratio of H1 and H2. So H1 into H2, now first understand over here what is the equivalent resistance. Equivalent resistance of this setup is going to be R by 2 because they are connected in parallel. 1 by R plus 1 by R, that is 2 by R, is equal to 1 by R equivalent. So R equivalent is R by 2. But over here the equivalent is going to be 2R. Now which heat relation do we use? Generally the heat relation that is used is I square RT, okay, I square R into T, but that is not what we will be using here. The reason being, I've taught it in previous places also, anywhere where we have encountered it in our previous sessions. I have said that there are two formulas, or rather three formulas to power or heat: I square RT, V square by RT and V into I into T. You will use those the equations where maybe one of them changes or where maybe none of them changes. If you take I square R, then your formula becomes incorrect or more complicated, because in both of these circuits R is changing but your current is also going to change. Because you're holding the potential same, different resistances mean different currents are going to flow. So your current also changes, so you have to use the formula of H is equal to V square by R into T. This is the formula that you will have to use because the voltage is same in both of them. So when you take the ratio, you can cancel out the V's. So effectively you will be having H1 by H2 will be equal to R2 by R1, because over here they are inversely proportional to R and V's are constants. Okay, so you can put that R2, what did we get? R2 was 2R divided by R1 was R by 2, that is equal to 4:1. That is the answer. That's right, Nikhil, the answer is 4. Lakshita, right, it is 4. Okay, just a moment. Okay, this one is done. Let's move on to our next question now. The next question is of gravitation. Let's do a question on gravitation. Here they have said that there are two planets. First is a smaller planet that has a radius r and it has a density given by rho. Radius r, density rho. Then you have the second planet, which is a bigger planet that has a radius of 4r, but its density is also lower. Its density is rho by 3. They have asked you what is the ratio of G1 by G2. Ratio of G1 by G2, where G is the acceleration due to gravity here and G2 is the acceleration due to gravity on this. So over here, see, the radius is changing, also density is changing. What is the formula of acceleration due to gravity that we know? The formula that we know is G is equal to Gm by r square. G is equal to Gm by r square. But over here we have mass. We can't compare masses because we have been given densities. So we have to modify this equation in a bit so that we can introduce that density in there. So the best way to do that is replace mass with rho into volume. Okay, so G into rho into 4 by 3 pi r cube. So density into volume gives you the mass divided by r square. So this r square cancels this out. So your G becomes proportional to rho into r. It no longer remains inversely proportional to r square. It becomes proportional to rho into r. Now you have the dependence. Everything else is a constant. You can ignore that. The only dependency is G is equal to rho into r, which means G1 by G2 will be equal to rho 1 r1 divided by rho 2 r2. So rho and this is rho into r, not an issue. Here rho 2 is rho by 3, so rho by 3 and r is equal to 4r. Cancel these out, you have G1 by G2 is equal to 3 by 4. Okay, that's right, Nikhil, the answer is 3 by 4 to this. Okay, I think we have one more, and then probably Nitin sir or Akshay sir would be coming in and solving more questions, because I'm yet to get any more at the moment. So before I move on to this one, so do like the session, do subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, because we are bringing in this for every shift, and do share it among your friends, because the more students come in, more inputs we get with regards to questions, such as someone just posted, Praveen recently posted a question. That way we also get questions coming in, using which we can give you more valuable inputs, solve these questions, you can get more out of it. Okay. So let's do this question again. This is again a very simple question, but still I'm at least happy that it's going to JEE mains level to an extent, because that will lower the cutoff, and it will, if you have worked hard, then a difficult paper, not difficult, but a standard paper is what will give you a percentile that you deserve. So this question has given you the force equation of F is equal to 2 plus 3x. Okay, the force equation is given, F is equal to 2 plus 3x, and they have asked you what is the work done, by this force in moving from, going from x equal to 0 to x is equal to 4. Okay, straightforward question, nothing too much to do over here, because over here the work done relation that we will be using is given by W is equal to integration F dot dx. Why do we do the integration form? Because it's a force that is varying on x. It's a force that is variable with respect to x. That is why we do F dot dx, and x's limits are given here. It goes from 0 to 4. Okay. Nikhil has already said the answer is 32. Let's check it out. If we put 2 plus 3x here, integration of 2 plus 3x dx, that goes from 0 to 4. So if you integrate, you will be getting 2x, my bad, you'll be getting 2x plus 3x square by 2, and again the limits will go from 0 to 4. Let's put it in. Over here you'll have 2 into 4, that is 8, plus over here 4 into 4 square 16, 16 into 3 is 48, 48 divided by 2 will give you 24, and if you put 0 anywhere, both of them are either way going to be 0. So this will give you 32. That's right, Nikhil, you gave the correct answer. The answer is 32. This would be in joules. You can't say specify joules here because units have not been given, but if in terms of units it will be 32. Okay, that's right, Surya, the answer is 32. Good work. So far those are the questions that I have got. If you people also have any questions coming in, maybe you got from your friends or you have given the exam today morning itself, you can post the questions. Meanwhile, Akshay sir is here with us to solve more questions in maths.
Thank you so much, sir.
Here you go, sir. Take it away.
So how many questions of physics we have discussed right now?
We have discussed 5, I think.
5 questions. Okay. So till we have 2 questions of mathematics. I would like so you can convey this to Nitin sir. Okay. So we have 2 or 3 questions. Around about 15 minutes would be consumed by me. So here we go to the maths questions. Yes, Surya. Hi. Hello, beta. How are you? So here we go to the maths questions first of all, and first question that I have got in the mathematics subject is related to the differential equation. Okay, can I start with the differential equation question? So guys, very first thing is, first of all, I want that you should solve this question, and if you're not able to do, then I'll be helping you out. So the question is 1 minus x square y square, and this 1 minus x square y square is being multiplied with dx, and here in the right hand side we have y dx plus x dy. Okay, so it is y dx plus x dy. So this is a question given to you. You need to solve this differential equation and get the answer. So how will I be able to solve this, or what is the process that we need to follow? So here this is a standard derivative which is given in the right hand side. It is y dx plus x dy. That means this is a kind of the product rule that we need to apply. This can also be written as differentiation of xy. differentiation of xy. So y dx plus x dy can be written as differentiation of xy. And here we have 1 minus xy whole square, and this is being multiplied with dx. So students, what we need to do, I am taking this xy quantity to the right hand side. Here we have differentiation of xy, and this is being divided by 1 minus xy whole square. Now what is the advantage of doing this? What is the benefit of doing this? So Ankita, which thing I want to repeat? Bachche, do you think that I need to repeat this formula? This is a product rule that I applied. Suppose there are two functions x and y, they are in the form of the product. So its derivative will be x into dy plus y into dx. So this is also known as UV rule and the product rule of the differentiation. Okay, I hope you are able to understand this. Now here I am taking this right hand side portion in the left hand side. Why I am taking this? What is the reason of taking this? Because if I assume this xy as t, then this will become dt. So my question converts to dt over 1 minus t square, and here we have dx with us. Now let us try to integrate both the sides. In the left hand side also and in the right hand side also, we are trying to integrate both the sides. So what will happen? So integration of 1 will be what? Integration of 1 will be what? So integration of 1 will be x. I hope this is clear to you. And here if I want to integrate this dt upon 1 minus t square, so we just need to apply the standard formula dx upon a square minus x square. Do you know the standard formula that is being applied over here? So this can be written as minus 1 over 2a. Okay, value of a is 1 over here, log a minus x over a plus x, and this needs to be kept in the modulus and followed by plus c. I hope you are able to understand. If you don't want to keep this negative, just reciprocate it. So it can be written as 1 plus t upon 1 minus t. It's up to you. Okay, so I hope you are able to understand how we got the value of x in terms of t. Now t was not given in the question. We have assumed that t is equals to xy. So in place of t, I just need to replace it by xy. So the value of x will be minus half log, it will be 1 minus xy whole divided by 1 plus xy, and this needs to be kept inside the modulus. Are you all able to understand how we got this illustration? How we got the solution? Are you all able to understand this? Just say, my dear students, just say, are you all able to understand this or not? Just say yes or no. I'm waiting for your response. All right. So this is the very first question which has been asked from the topic differential equation. Okay, Praveen says, sir, please repeat. Yes, Praveen. So this was a question, Praveen. I'm marking it with a green color. This is a question, and we want to solve this differential equation. So what I have done, Praveen, I have written this right hand side as differentiation of xy because in the right hand side product rule is given. So instead of y dx plus x dy, we can also write it as differentiation of xy. Now this 1 minus xy whole square, I am taking this to the right hand side. So my question gets converted to dx is equals to differentiation of xy upon 1 minus xy whole square. After that, if I assume this xy as t, so this will be converted to dt. So dt upon 1 minus t square, this is the integration that we have obtained, and dt upon 1 minus t square, we just applied the formula dx upon a square minus x square. So dx upon a square minus x square has a formula minus 1 upon 2a log a minus x upon a plus x. So the same formula I have applied over here, and wherever t is written, I just replace it with xy. So this is the concept that we have applied. Our differential equation is being converted to the general solution. I hope you are able to understand each and every step of this particular question, and hence we are moving to the next illustration. Can we go ahead for the next illustration? Say yes or no. Just say yes or no. All right. Thank you. So we are moving ahead to the next illustration. Yeah, there is another illustration in front of us, and we will be trying to solve this illustration. I also want to add the page in between because we won't be able to solve this in particularly one slide. Okay, so I'm just adding one slide in between. Yeah, now it's fine. So here we go to this question. There is a matrix M which is having a order 2 cross 2. Okay, there is a matrix M which is having a order 2 cross 2. Okay, now the value of I is greater than or equals to 0 and J is greater than or equals to, J is less than or equals to 2. For the 2 cross 2 matrix, this always happens. Now the value of Aij always belongs to 0 to 0, 1, 2. Aij always belongs to 0, 1, 2. Okay, if I want to create this M matrix, So M matrix will be a 2 cross 2 matrix that will have the first element A11, then A12, then A21 and then A22. So this is the 2 cross 2 matrix that we have in a question. Now each and every element Aij can be filled by 3 places. Either you can fill 0 to it, or you can fill 1 to it, or you can fill 2 to it. Okay, so all the elements in the matrix is only allowed to be filled by 3 particular digits, 0, 1, 2. So that means the total number of matrices of this rule can be formed. The total number of matrices, I'm just writing the total matrices that can be formed first of all, without reading the condition what they are asking. I'm just writing the total matrices. So there are 4 places in the matrix which is 2 cross 2, and this place will be filled by 3 ways, this place will be filled by 3 ways, this place will be filled by 3 ways, this place will be filled by 3 ways. So 3 raised to the power 4, that will give you a value 81. So there are total 81 matrices of the type in which you can fill the 4 elements either by 0 or by 1 or by 2. Is this clear to you? And if this is clear to you, then we can go ahead. Now we are moving ahead. There is a event A be the event such that M is invertible. A be the event such that M is invertible, then probability of A we need to determine. So how will I be able to? Do you know that if M is invertible, I'm just talking about the concept. So if M is invertible, then determinant of M should not be 0. Okay, then determinant of M should not be 0. Here what we will be doing, we will be using the complementary method. That means if I want to get the probability of A such that it should be invertible, so I will be subtracting from 1 probability that M is non-invertible. Probability that M is non-invertible, because it would be more easier for me to actually do the opposite process, because if I know the opposite process, then it will be very easy for me to subtract from it 1. Okay, so this is A and this is A dash. So from 1 I am subtracting the probability of A dash to get the probability of A. I hope you are able to understand this. Now I just need to know the cases where the matrix is having the determinant value 0. Okay, so I just want to calculate the number of cases where the matrix is having the determinant value 0. And guys, you also please help me out. How many are the cases? Okay, even I also don't know how many are the cases. Just we need to see here that how many are the cases in which we are getting the determinant value 0. So let me talk about the case number 1. In the case number 1, I am assuming all the elements equal. Suppose 0, 0, 0, 0. Suppose 1, 1, 1, 1. Suppose 2, 2, 2, 2. So I am keeping all the elements equal. So if I am keeping all the elements equal, always I will have the determinant value of this type of matrix as 0. So there are 3 cases if I am keeping all the elements as equal. Now case 2 is the case when I am keeping at only one place a non-zero quantity, else in other cases I am keeping a 0 quantity. Only at one place there is a non-zero quantity, else in other places there is a 0 quantity. Now this one can be at this position also, this one can be at this position also, one can be at this position also, and one can be, so one can rotate in 4 positions. Moreover, instead of 1 we can use 2 also. Instead of 1 we can use 2 also. So that is why these type of matrices will be 8 in total, which have one non-zero quantity and the remaining 0 quantity. I hope you are able to understand that the determinant value of these type of matrices are coming to be 0. Now let us consider the case number 3 in which I am using the matrix in which there are 2 non-zero quantity. Suppose this is 1, here we have 0. Now in this particular case what we are observing that we are having 2 non-zero quantity. So if I want to create a matrix in which I have 2 non-zero quantities, so how will I be able to create it? So in this particular way, I can see that 1, 1 can be kept in a single row, then its determinant value will be 0. 1, 1 can be kept in the single column, then also the determinant value can be 0. So basically what we need to do here, that here we have 1, 1 in a single row, 1, 1 in a single column, then 1 1 in the second row, and 1 1 in the first column. So there are 4 positions of keeping 1 1. There are 4 positions of keeping 1 1. Row number 1, column number 2, row number 2, column number 1. So 4 positions of keeping 1 1. In the same way, instead of 1 1, I can keep 2 2 also. So there will be 4 positions of keeping 2 2. There will be 4 positions of keeping 2 2. And suppose if these quantities are non-equal, so this place can be filled in how many ways? This place can be filled in how many ways? 2 ways. And this place can be filled in how many ways? 2 ways, because a non-zero quantity 1 2 is being written over here. A non-zero quantity 1 2 is being written over here. So 2 into 2, 4, and there are 4 positions to keep these non-zero quantity. So that is why we will have here 4 into 4 cases. That means it will be comprising 16 cases. It will be comprising 16 cases where we are considering 2 non-zero quantities. If we consider 2 non-zero quantities and we try to form the matrix such that its determinant value is 0, then it will be 16. Guys, are you able to understand how I have written this? Just say yes or no. If this is clear to you, now I am discussing the 4th case with you. Okay. So where should I discuss the 4th case? Let me write here because that will actually fill the question part. Okay. So let me write the 4th case. In the 4th case, I want to create those matrices which have 4 non-zero quantity and the determinant value should be 0 for it. So let us write 2, 2, 1, 1. So this is one type of matrix whose determinant value is 0 and is having 4 non-zero quantity. So how many such type of matrices with 4 non-zero quantities can be formed? That means I can keep 2, 2, 1, 1 in this place also, at this place. Okay. I can also keep 2, 2, 1, 1 here. I can also keep 2, 2, 1, 1 here, and I can also keep 2, 2, 1, 1 in this place also. So 2, 2 can be placed in row number 1, 2, 2 can be placed in column number 2, 2, 2 can be placed in row number 2, and 2, 2 can be placed in column number 1. In all these cases, we'll have the determinant value 0. So these are how many cases? 4 cases. So count the number of cases, my dear students. So this comprises, the first case comprises of 3, then it is 8, then it is 16, and here what we can observe, it is 4. So 8 and 16, 24, 24 and 3, 27, 27 and 4, it becomes 31. Okay, so there are 31 cases which are unfavorable for us. So in this particular question, what we need to do, we need to find the probability of A, and in this particular case, probability of A will be 1 minus probability that M is not invertible. Okay. Now, has I left any of the case? What do you think? Is there any case that I have left over here? I have considered the 4 element. I have considered, can the 3 element matrix can be 0? So 3, if I consider 3 non-zero element, okay, 3 non-zero element, 1 0. So can this determinant value become 0? No, this determinant value cannot become 0 if I consider a 3 non-zero element. Okay, so this particular cases will not be taken. So roundabout I have considered all the cases, and these options can be different from the student that they have given us. So according to us, that the answer which is coming here is 1 minus 31 over 81, and 81 minus 30, it will be 50 over 81. So 50 over 81 will be the final answer for this question. Okay, because we are getting 31 cases which are not invertible, I hope you are able to understand this illustration. Are you all guys able to understand this illustration? Say yes or no. Just say yes or no. Students, do you remember me? Okay. So you need not to put any in the comment in the personal chat, bache. Just talk to me. Just have the conversation with me. Just tell me, are you all able to understand the solution that I have discussed with you? Say yes or no. Okay. If you have understood the solution that I have discussed with you, then we are moving ahead to the next question. Okay. Now we are moving ahead to the next illustration. Just a minute. All right. So I want to discuss more questions with you that I have got. All right. Thank you. There was a question of area bounded between two curves. Okay, let me draw the figure for you and let me write the question also. All right, so there is a question of area bounded between two curves, area bounded between the curves. Okay, between the curves, and the curves are, the first is x square plus y minus 2 whole square, and this is less than or equals to 4. This is the first curve. The second curve is x square less than or equals to 2y. So this is the second curve. Now how to deal with this problem? Okay, so basically what we need to do here, since we can observe this is a circle, they are talking about the interior region of the circle. They are talking about the interior region of the circle. This circle has a center at 0, 2. This circle has a radius as 2. So center at 0, 2 and radius as 2. So how will I be able to plot it? First of all, plotting is important. Then we can find the area. So let us come to the point 0, 2. And this is 0, 4. So I want to draw a circle considering this to be a center that will pass through origin, because this has a center too. So this circle will pass through origin. Okay. Now I'm correcting the shape of the circle. All right. Now it's fine. My drawing is not good, so please cooperate. Chalo. So this is a circle. Now I want to draw this x square less than or equals to 2y. So this is a parabola which is opening its mouth in the positive direction of x axis. Is this the parabola they are talking about? Yeah. So this parabola will actually intersect. This parabola will actually intersect the circle, and why it will intersect, I'll tell you about that. So this is a parabola, okay, which will pass in this way. Now they are asking us the area of this region. Interior to circle, interior to parabola. Interior to circle, interior to parabola. For that, I just need to know the point of intersection. Point of intersection of the parabola with the circle. So how will I be able to find that? I'll just replace x square with 2y. Okay. So here we have, if I write x square is equals to 2y, then here we will have 2y, then it will be y minus 2 whole square, and this is equals to 4. So 2y, then it is y square, then it is plus 4, and then it is minus 4y is equals to 4. 4 and 4 are getting cancelled. So we are left with y square minus 2y is equals to 0. Y I am taking common, so it will be y minus 2, and there will be two different values, one is 0, other is 2. So that means the center point is located at 0, 2, and I have got the same y, that is 2. Now on this same y, if I put the value of y as 2, the value of x will also be 2. So this is the coordinate 2, 2. I hope you are able to understand this. Now the concept to find this area is, okay, no beta, do not chat personally. Okay, so concept to find this area is 0 to 2, okay, and the formula is x dy. So x of parabola dy, then 2 to 4 x of circle dy. Okay, this is the concept that we need to apply over here. Okay, so can you observe that instead of writing 2 to 4 x of circle, can you observe that this is a sector? This is a sector, 90-degree sector. This is also a 90-degree sector. So this comprises of a semicircle. So can I directly write the area of semicircle, that is pi r square upon 2. So that will help me in actually reducing the amount of the calculation. So this is area of semicircle, pi r square upon 2. Now this area I need to do the twice. And how will I be able to find this area? X of parabola is root over 2 into root over y. So root over 2 will come outside, root over y dy, and the integration will be from 0 to 2. And here it is 2 times. Okay, so I will be calculating this integral and I will be adding the result of this integral to this pi r square upon 2. In this way, we will be able to get the required area that is being shaded over here. Are you all able to understand this? Just say yes or no. Okay, is this clear to you how to attempt this question? So this was a question from the area bounded between two curves, and the best method that I have suggested you is calculate the area bounded by parabola with the help of integration and make it twice because the same area is left and right, and calculate the area bounded by a circle with the help of simple geometrical result, that is the area of semicircle, that is pi r square upon 2. I hope you are able to understand each and every part of this solution. So that is why we are moving ahead to the next question. Okay. We are moving ahead to the next question. Okay. So I have one more question with me. Let us write a question from the 3D geometry. Okay, this is also very important question. I am using it from the 3D geometry. And the question is, if the equation of the plane that contains the point, find the equation of the plane, or if the equation of the plane that contains the point -2, 3 and 5, this is a point on a plane and is perpendicular to both the planes. This plane P is perpendicular to both planes. Which both planes? One is 2x plus 4y plus 5z is equals to 8. This is for example P1. And P2 is, there can be a difference in the values that is given in the question because a student has given this question. These are the memory based questions, so there can be difference in the values. Alright. So there is a plane that is passing through a point and this plane is perpendicular to these two planes. Next, and this equation of plane P is given to you as alpha x plus beta y plus gamma z. Okay, gamma z, and then it is plus 97 is equals to 0. Okay. Plus 97, there can be a difference in the value. You just need to understand the glimpse or the concept that is being used here to actually do this question. Okay, so alpha x plus beta y, it should be y, alright. So alpha x plus beta y plus gamma z plus 97, this is the plane equation of plane given to you, and this plane is perpendicular to the plane 1 also, and this plane is perpendicular to the plane 2 also. Now we just need to find the value of what we need to find. For this question, we need to find the value of alpha plus beta plus gamma. Okay, so the question is find alpha plus beta plus gamma. So how will you be able to find the value of alpha plus beta plus gamma? So basically, if we have this equation of plane given to us, will I be able to get the normal vector with the help of the equation plane? Yes. So the normal vector will be alpha I, beta j and then gamma k. This will be the normal vector. Now since these two planes are perpendicular, plane P is perpendicular to P1 also, plane P is perpendicular to P2 also. So it is very easy for me, it will be very easy for me to get the normal vector to this plane. Okay, so suppose plane P is perpendicular to this and plane P is perpendicular to this. I need to know the vector which is perpendicular to n1 vector also and which is perpendicular to n2 vector. Suppose the normal vector of this plane is n1 and the normal vector of this plane is in n2. I want to know the vector which is perpendicular to n1 as well as n2. So how will I be able to get that vector? So a vector perpendicular to both n1 and n2, both n1 and n2 is n1 cross n2, is n1 cross n2. Alright, so you just need to find the cross product of their normal vectors. 2, 4, 5 is the first normal vector n1, 3 minus 2 and 3 is the second normal vector. So this gives us a value 12 minus of minus 10, so 12 plus 10, 22i. Then minus j times 6 minus 15, it will be minus 9, so it will become plus 9. And then plus k times minus 4 minus 12, it will become minus 16 k cap. So this is a vector n1 cross n2. Now this vector is parallel to the given vector 22i plus 9j minus 16k. because this normal vector is perpendicular to n1 and this normal vector is perpendicular to n2. So we have got a vector which is perpendicular to both n1 and n2, and that is this. So these two vectors must be parallel to each other. If they are parallel, that means alpha upon 22, beta upon 9 and gamma upon minus 16 should be equal. So all these values should be equal. All these ratios should be equal. And if I equate these ratios, then it will be very easy for me to get the value of alpha, beta, gamma. How? Let me tell you that. Since we know the point on the plane, so this point will satisfy the given equation. That means I will put here instead of x as minus 2. So it will become minus 2 alpha. Instead of y, it will be 3. It will become 3 beta. And instead of z, it will be 5. So it will become 5 gamma. And then we have plus 97 is equals to 0. So here we have the relationship between alpha, beta, gamma. Is that clear to you? Now we will be writing here is equals to k. I will write the value of alpha as 22k. I'll write the value of beta as 9k. I'll write the value of gamma as minus 16k. And these alpha, beta, gamma values will be substituted here. Alpha will be written as 22k, beta will be written as 9k, gamma will be written as minus 16k, and the sum of all will be equals to 0. I'll get the value of k from here, my dear students, and once I have the value of k, it will be very easy for me to get the value of alpha, beta, gamma. They have only asked you to get the alpha, beta, gamma. Once you have alpha, beta, gamma, then it will be very easy for you to write the sum of alpha, beta, gamma. Are you all able to understand how to actually complete this question? Just say yes or no in the comment section. A very good problem from the topic 3D geometry. A little bit level of the questions have been increased. This is not so hard problem, but the concept that is being used here is quite conceptual. Okay, so many of the students were not actually think about how to attempt the question. That is why I am saying a little bit level of the question has been increased. All right. Moreover, I also want to discuss one more question from the 3D geometry. So I am taking another question from the topic 3D geometry. And the question is, let alpha, beta, gamma be the image of the point 235 in the plane. So there is another question. There is an equation of plane given to you. The plane is having a equation 2x plus y minus 3z. 2x plus y minus 3z. And this is equals to 6. This is the equation of plane given to you. There is a point with a coordinate 235. Okay, 235. This point can be different because these are the memory based questions. This is a P point. P point is having the image Q. Q is the image of P. And this image is alpha, beta, gamma. Now they have asked us to get the value of alpha plus beta plus gamma. So they have asked the question to find alpha plus beta plus gamma. Now this question is also very easy. How this question is easy? So we can directly apply the concept of the image. Do you know that there is a formula for the image of a point? Image of point in the plane. In the plane. So there is a direct formula for that. And the formula is alpha minus 2 over A. Then beta minus 3 over B. B is the coefficient of y. And gamma minus 5 over C, that is minus 3. So all these ratios are equal to negative 2 times, I'll put the point in the equation of the plane. So 2, 3, 5, if substituted here, 2 2s are 4, plus 3 and 5, 15, minus 6. 2, 3, 5 will be substituted in the equation of plane and divided by a square plus b square plus c square. What is a? Coefficient of x. What is b? Coefficient of y. What is c? Coefficient of z. So divided by a square plus b square plus c square. This is a shortcut to determine the image of a point. Is that clear to you? So 7 minus 6, it will be 1. 1 minus 15, minus 14 is coming. Minus 14 into minus 2, it is plus 28. Plus 28 is divided by 14. So that will be 2. So right hand side we are getting 2. And here we have alpha minus 2 over 2, beta minus 3 and gamma minus 5 over negative 3. So I will be just equating these ratios alpha minus 2 over 2 will be 2. So the value of alpha will be 6. Then beta will be equals to 5. And then gamma minus 5 will be negative 6. So the value of gamma will be 5 minus 6, which is negative 1. So these are the values of alpha, beta and gamma. I hope you are able to understand how we got the value of alpha, beta, gamma. Okay, once we have the value of alpha, beta, gamma, then it will be very easy for me to get the sum of these values, and the sum of these values will be 10. So these were the two questions from the 3D geometry that we have received till now, and I hope that the question that we have from the mathematics are a little bit calculative, but the conceptual, if I talk about the conceptual analysis, the concept is easy to apply, directly formula based. So I would like to invite other teachers for the discussion of the remaining questions, so that they can also discuss the questions. Maths questions till now that we have received are these ones, and the remaining maths questions I'll be coming back to have the discussion with you. Okay. Sir, are you coming? Okay. So Nitin sir is with you and he'll be discussing the remaining questions of the chemistry. All right, sir.
Okay, so we have some questions in chemistry, right? Again, and then Anuruddha sir will be coming with some questions from physics. All right. So the questions we have received from chemistry are from organic chemistry and coordination chemistry. I'm sure you would be looking up to it, and they are very easy, right? The fact is they are very easy. Okay. So one question that was based that which molecule can form a meridional isomer? Which molecule can form meridional isomer? Right? So you guys remember the isomerism from coordination compound, geometrical and optical, and facial and meridional isomerism is a type of geometrical isomerism that we study in coordination compounds, right? So the options given were platinum, En2, Cl2, 2 plus, right? So this was indeed a very easy question, guys. Platinum, En2, NH3 twice, 2 plus, then platinum, NH3 thrice, Cl thrice plus, and last option was platinum, En thrice, 4 plus, right? So tell me guys, which option do you think, which of these isomers do you think will be able to show meridional isomerism, facial meridional isomerism? So which option do you think, guys, which would be the correct one? So tell me in the chat section, what do you think, which would be the correct answer? Facial and meridional, let me tell you. So how do you decide that, right? Facial and meridional, how do you decide that? So this is an octahedral complex, right? This is an octahedral complex. Nikhil says option C, I think. Anyone else? Anyone else? Does anyone else agree with him? So this is the meridional plane, right? This is the meridional plane. So if all the ligands of one type, they lie on this meridional plane, then such an isomer will be called meridional isomer. Okay. So for example, if I put let's say yes, very good, this is the correct answer, option yes, very good, congratulations Nikhil, option C is the correct answer. So basically facial and meridional isomerism is shown by those complex which fall in this category, M, A3 and B3, right? Very easy way, M, A3, B3, right? That is, there is a central metal, A, there is a ligand, right? It has 3 units of it, and another ligand, again 3 units, right? So M, A3, B3, it fits. Now, so basically all the one of these 3 ligands should lie on the meridional plane. So there is ammonia, there is chlorine, so let us pick ammonia, right? So one I put here, another I put here, okay? Now, remember that if I put another, the last ammonia here, it will become facial isomer. It will become facial isomer. Why? Because all the 3 ammonia would then lie on the corners of a triangle, right? So this is facial isomerism, but if I put it here, ठीक है, or here then it becomes meridional isomer. Let me tell you that, right? So this is Cl, this is Cl, this is Cl. So this is the meridional isomer. That is the correct answer in this question. All right. Then another question was from organic chemistry. So what happens if you react it with KMnO4, right? At high temperature, it gives you A, and then when you react it with the hydrazine, right, and then KOH, and then followed by H plus, right, then you get B. So the question is, what is the structure of B? So it's a very simple question, guys. It's a very simple question based on the oxidation of ketones and Wolff-Kishner reduction, right? Wolff-Kishner reduction. So basically what will happen here, whenever, see, first thing you should remember that the oxidation of ketones is difficult because it involves the cleavage of carbon-carbon bond, right? But always remember, this is a secondary carbon, and if this is an alkyl group, we assume it is a tertiary carbon. So whenever you oxidize ketone, we obey Popoff's rule, which means that the carbonyl group of the ketone, it goes with the smaller alkyl group, right? So ketone will go with this, that means the bond will break here, okay? The bond will break here. Is that clear? So after oxidation with the hot concentrated acidic KMnO4, this bond will break, this carbon-carbon, this carbon will be oxidized to COH, this carbon will be oxidized to COH, right? And then this will be converted to ketone. All right, this will be converted to ketone, right? Because here it's a tertiary carbon, it cannot be oxidized to, you know, the carboxylic acid, so it will be oxidized to ketone. Now what happens when you oxidize it using this Wolff-Kishner reduction? So you should remember that Wolff-Kishner reduction, it is used to reduce aldehydes and ketones to alkanes, right? So what happens when you reduce this? The carboxylic group will remain untouched. The carboxylic group, it will remain untouched, right? And this keto group, it will reduce to alkane. So what I'm basically telling you is that here this will reduce to COH and this will be R. Okay, so the correct answer would be this, right? So R, then 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So R, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this. So this would be the correct answer. Is that clear, right? So a very easy question based on these organic reactions. So as always, questions from chemistry are easy, right, as we expect. Then another question was from the amines chapter, right? The diazotization reaction, what happens in this? So the molecule is orthophenylene diamine, right? Orthophenylene diamine, and we reacted with HNO2, which is basically, you know, nitrous acid. Okay, so how do we produce HNO2? By the reaction of NaNO2 and HCl, and this reaction is known as diazotization. Okay, so orthophenylene diamine, what happens here, guys? Orthophenylene diamine, matlab there is a benzene ring, right? Ortho, that means the two NH2 groups, they are present at ortho positions with respect to each other. Okay, so when you react this with HNO2, obviously diazotization occurs, right? Diazotization occurs, and then what happens? And then what happens here? So this will be undergoing diazotization, it will become benzene diazonium chloride, and this will leave here. Then you can see that it is a coupling reaction, right? Do you remember aniline, when we reacted with HNO2, right, benzene diazonium chloride it forms, and then when it reacts with another molecule of amine, right, it forms para-aminoazobenzene, right, which is a colored compound, that is di. So the same thing happens here, one of the NH2 groups will form the diazonium chloride, and then coupling will occur, right, and then coupling will occur. So basically the product will be, I'll tell you, right, this, right? So benz-triazole, that will be the name of the product. So this will be the correct option, right? Is that clear? So if you guys have any doubt in chemistry, then just let me know, right? Because in chemistry the questions were very, very easy, right? So this will be the correct answer in this case. Then which of the following is not an ambidentate ligand? Which of the following is not an ambidentate ligand. So ambidentate ligand, you know, which has more than one type of donor atom, but they use only one at a time, right? A very classic example is cyanide, right? Nitrogen has a lone pair, carbon has lone pair. So cyanide ligand, it can donate electrons through carbon as well as nitrogen atom, okay? So the options that were given in this question, probably they were this, right? So oxalate, then water, then NO2 minus, and then SCN minus, right? And then EDTA4 minus, right? And then NO2 minus, and finally the last option was SCN minus and CN minus, right? Is that clear? So which do you think does not contain the set of ambidentate ligand? Which do you think, guys? Which of these does not contain the set of ambidentate ligand? All right, tell me what is the correct answer, do you think? What correct answer do you think it is? Option A. Yes, yes, correct, Nikhil. Thank you for answering. So the correct answer will be option A, because water has only one donor atom, right? Water has only one donor atom. It does not even have the choice of two donor atom. Yes, Sri Harshini, very good. Thank you for answering. Oxalate does have two donor atom, but it doesn't really have choice, right? Both the donor atoms, they are oxygen, so it doesn't really have choice. So here oxalate and water, they do not have choice in terms of the donor atom, so they are not ambidentate ligand. So that was one question that we got. All right, then the questions from chemistry have been very simple, right? So for example, one question I got from surface chemistry, it's really very easy. So the question was somewhat like 25 ml, right, of 1 molar silver nitrate, right, and to this we add 1.05 molar Ki drop wise, right? We add potassium iodide drop wise. So the question is, in the colloidal sol, what will be the fixed layer and the diffuse layer? What will be the fixed layer and what will be the diffuse layer? So that was the question. So basically the logic in this question is very easy. The logic in this question is very easy. First, precipitate will form. These two reactants will react together, precipitate will form. Then the precipitate will absorb the common ion from the dispersion medium, and that common ion will absorb the counter ion from the medium, right? Okay, so silver nitrate is given, it is in excess. All right, silver nitrate, it is given, it is in excess. Is that clear, guys? Is that clear? So these are the chemistry question I have, right? Then after this, Aniruddha sir will join you for physics questions, right? So silver nitrate is in excess, and then when you react with Ki, so of course silver nitrate reacts with Ki, it forms the precipitate of silver iodide. It forms a precipitate of silver iodide, right? AgI. Now they have already said what is the dispersion medium? Silver nitrate, because it is in excess. Now what is the common ion in the dispersion medium? What is the common ion in the dispersion medium? Silver ion. So basically it will absorb Ag plus ions, right? So it will absorb Ag plus ions. Always remember, please, every colloidal particle, you know, there is a theory preferential adsorption of ions. Remember that? There is a theory preferential adsorption of ions. So every precipitate colloid picks up the common ion. So silver iodide will either adsorb the silver ions or the iodide ions on its surface, right? So the first layer, which we call fixed layer, consists of silver ions, right? The first layer, fixed layer, consists of silver ions, and now this will pick up the counter ion from the medium, which is nitrate, right? The counter ion from the medium, which is nitrate. So NO3 minus ions will be picked up. So they will make the second layer, This layer we call diffuse layer, right? This layer we call diffused layer. Is that clear? ये सब लोग clear हो गया है ना? तो silver iodide is a precipitate, then you have a layer of silver ions, that is a fixed layer, and then you have a loosely held layer of nitrate ions, which is called the diffuse layer. The potential difference between them is called electrokinetic or zeta potential. So the correct answer would be fixed layer is Ag plus, right? And the diffuse layer is NO3 minus. Is that clear? So that will be the correct answer here. Okay. So I hope you guys got this. if you have any doubt just let me know in this. Okay everyone, if you guys have any doubt just let me know in this. ठीक है, ये सब लोगों को समझ में आ गया. Then there was one question from electrochemistry. Again these kind of question we discuss when we discuss the relation between Gibbs energy and EMF, right? So ये question मैं दिखा देता हूँ आप लोगों को. क्या था ये question कि अगर lead 2+/Pb इसके लिए जो इलेक्ट्रोड पोटेंशियल है, रिडक्शन पोटेंशियल है, दैट इज m, और lead 4+/lead उसके लिए जो पोटेंशियल है वो है n. ठीक है, तो Pb 2+/Pb 4+. ठीक है, Pb 4+/Pb 2+ होगा. क्लियर है, वेरी गुड. इसके लिए जो पोटेंशियल है दैट इज m - xn. ठीक है, तो ये क्या हो जाएगा, x की वैल्यू क्या हो जाएगी. तो ये आप लोग पता है इसको हम किस रिलेशन के बेसिस पे करते हैं कि जो गिब्स एनर्जी है दैट इज -NFE0 है ना. जो गिब्स एनर्जी है वो कैसी है, किसी भी हाफ सेल या गैल्वेनिक सेल की जो स्टैंडर्ड गिब्स एनर्जी होती है दैट इज -n. n is the number of electrons in the balanced equation. F is Faraday constant and E0 is the standard reduction potential, right? तो जैसे इसका अगर मैं लिखूंगा, ठीक है, ये लिखते हैं चलो. So Pb 2+ + 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन gives lead. तो इसका जो गिब्स एनर्जी है वो हो जाएगा माइनस नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स कितने 2. ये सब लोगों को पता है ना, ऐसे क्वेश्चन काफी कॉमनली आते हैं JEE मेन एंड एडवांस्ड में. सो रिमेंबर दिस, अ वेरी कॉमनली आस्क्ड टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम इलेक्ट्रोकेमिस्ट्री इन JEE. ऑलराइट, तो ये कैसे करेंगे हम, डेल्टा G1 विल बी माइनस, नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स विल बी 2, राइट, Faraday constant and the potential is given m. The potential is given m. Okay, I hope this is clear to everyone. Then lead 4+ state से 4 electrons gain कर रहा है. Lead 4+ is gaining 4 electrons, right? It is forming lead and delta G20 will be minus, number of electrons are 2, number of electrons are 2, F, and the potential is n. Okay, finally we are asking for 2+ 4+ couple, right? So I am assuming that this would be the reduction potential also. So lead 4+ + 2 electron gives lead 2+. So you can see what are we supposed to do here, है ना. You can see what are we supposed to do here. lead 4+ मुझे कहाँ चाहिए, reactant side पे, but lead 2+ कहाँ चाहिए मुझे, product side पे. तो I'll reverse this equation. ठीक है, I'll reverse this equation. So I'll write Pb, ठीक है, gives Pb 2+ + 2 electron. Now when you will reverse the equation, the sign of the Gibbs energy will also change, which means that अभी हो जाएगा delta G1 prime, it will be +2Fm. ठीक है, right? Now very easy, you add these two equations, this one and this one, इसको add कर देते हैं तो क्या होगा, ध्यान से देखना. lead cancel हो जाएगा, ठीक है, ये बचेगा lead 4+, right, 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन से 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन कैंसिल हो जाएंगे, ये हो जाएगा 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स, ठीक है, देन ये हो जाएगा Pb 2+. इज दैट क्लियर? आई होप ये सब लोगों को समझ में आ गया. सो lead 4+, 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन गेन किया, इट फॉर्म्स lead 2+. नाउ व्हाट विल बी द गिब्स एनर्जी फॉर दिस, इसके लिए गिब्स एनर्जी क्या होगी, x2 आ गया निखिल. ओके, वेरी गुड, थैंक यू वेरी मच. सो डेल्टा G जो है इसके लिए क्या हो जाएगा, ये हो जाएगा -2F and the potential is E, right? Potential is E which we have to calculate. Potential is E which we have to calculate. Now if you see clearly, this equation is the result of addition of the above two equations, right? तो ये हम लिखेंगे 2Fm minus 4Fn. Is that clear? Is that clear? Yes. तो अब हम यहाँ पे क्या करेंगे, ये हमारा हो जाएगा -2Fe0 is 2Fm minus 4Fn, राइट. तो ये हमारा हो जाएगा F से F कैंसिल हो जाएगा, ठीक है, और अगर इसको मैं 2 से डिवाइड कर दूंगा तो ये मेरा हो जाएगा -2, राइट. तो जो E0 है, ठीक है, E0 है वो मेरा आ जाएगा 2n minus m, राइट. और यहाँ पे जो पोटेंशियल पूछा है वो ऑक्सीडेशन पोटेंशियल पूछा है, यहाँ पे जो ऑक्सीडेशन पोटेंशियल पूछा है वो ऑक्सीडेशन पोटेंशियल पूछा है 2+, 4+. यू गाइज नो ऑक्सीडेशन पोटेंशियल इज नेगेटिव ऑफ रिडक्शन पोटेंशियल, तो वो तुम्हारा हो जाएगा m - 2n. इसका मतलब x की वैल्यू कितनी हो गई, 2, ठीक है, इसका मतलब x की वैल्यू कितनी हो गई, 2. तो ये हमारा बड़ा सिंपल सा क्वेश्चन इलेक्ट्रोकेमिस्ट्री से था, बेस्ड ऑन द इलेक्ट्रोड पोटेंशियल्स ऑफ हाफ सेल्स, राइट. तो ये काफी कॉमन क्वेश्चन है गाइज, ठीक है, ये काफ़ी कॉमनली टाइप जो क्वेश्चन है वो हम लोग इसमें पूछते हैं, ठीक है। देन देयर वर सम सिंपल क्वेश्चन, थ्योरेटिकल क्वेश्चन जो मेटलर्जी वगैरह से थे, जैसे कि अगर किसी को कोई डाउट हो तो इसमें बता देना गाइस, ठीक है। अगर किसी को इसमें कोई डाउट हो तो मुझे बता देना। तो जैसे एक ये था कि इस रिएक्शन सीक्वेंस में जो कॉपर बनता है उसको बोलते क्या है। तो देखो गाइस कितना इजी क्वेश्चन है ये, है ना, कितना इजी क्वेश्चन है। इस रिएक्शन सीक्वेंस में जो हमारा कॉपर बनता है उसको क्या बोलते हैं, ठीक है। अपेरेंटली ये क्वेश्चन था, राइट। तो मुझे यहाँ पे ऑप्शन भी देने की जरूरत नहीं है, यू गाइस नो यहाँ पे कौन सा करेक्ट आंसर होगा, राइट। तो एक ऑप्शन दिया हुआ था ब्लिस्टर कॉपर, राइट। दूसरा ऑप्शन था कॉपर क्रिप्स, ठीक है। देन तीसरा ऑप्शन था रिड्यूस्ड कॉपर एंड फोर्थ ऑप्शन था कॉपर स्लैग, ओके। सो यू गाइज नो एक्सट्रैक्शन, यस वेरी गुड निखिल, ब्लिस्टर कॉपर विल बी द करेक्ट आंसर। इसमें ज्यादा कुछ सोचने की जरूरत ही नहीं है ना। बहुत ही आसान क्वेश्चन था गाइज ये, राइट, बहुत ही आसान क्वेश्चन था। ब्लिस्टर कॉपर हम लोग जानते हैं कि कॉपर को डिफरेंट तरीके से निकालते हैं, कॉपर पायराइट से या लो ग्रेड ओर से। तो एंड कॉपर के जो ऑक्साइड एंड सल्फाइड से, दे आर नॉट वेरी स्टेबल कंपाउंड, तो दे कैन बी इजीली रिड्यूस्ड टू द एलिमेंटल कॉपर फॉर्म वाया ऑटो रिडक्शन, थर्मल रिडक्शन, ठीक है। रोस्टिंग करो और फिर सेल्फ रिडक्शन से वो कन्वर्ट हो जाता है, right? Now why is it called blister copper? Yes correct Surya Vikas, thank you for answering. So why it is called blister copper? Because तुम यहाँ पे देख सकते हो कि when copper is reduced, ध्यान से देखना, when copper is reduced, sulfur which is in -2 oxidation state, it is oxidized to SO2. sulfur -2 से +4 की स्टेट में जाता है, तो sulfur acts as reducing agent. Remember this, in self reduction of copper from its sulfide ores, sulfide ion acts as a reducing agent, okay, so it gets converted to SO2 and sulfur dioxide के bubbles की वजह से जो कॉपर है उसका सरफेस लुक्स लाइक ब्लिस्टर्ड, है ना, मच लाइक जैसे मून का सरफेस, यू नो, बिकॉज ऑफ क्रेटर्स एंड ऑल। तो जो कॉपर है उसको हम बोलते हैं ब्लिस्टर कॉपर, दैट इज बिकॉज ऑफ द इवोल्यूशन ऑफ सल्फर डाइऑक्साइड, है ना। ये क्यों दिखता है ऐसा ब्लिस्टर्ड अपीयरेंस? बिकॉज ऑफ द इवोल्यूशन ऑफ सल्फर डाइऑक्साइड। इज दैट क्लियर, राइट? तो ये हमारा इसमें ये करेक्ट आंसर हो गया। फिर एक क्वेश्चन था सॉलिड स्टेट से, ठीक है। तो गाइज इवन इफ यू आर टेकिंग केमिस्ट्री सेक्शन like normally, then you will definitely do more than 20 questions, right, out of 30 questions, because even if you guys study NCERT book, right, with total seriousness, you will get most of the questions correctly in JEE Main, at least that is something I can assure you. So जैसे एक question था कि find the number of atoms, find the number of atoms per unit cell, मतलब वो रैंक पूछ रहा है, ठीक है। क्या पूछ रहे हैं वो? रैंक पूछ रहे हैं, Z पूछ रहे हैं, रैंक पूछ रहे हैं, ठीक है। अगर गिवन है एज लेंथ इज गिवन, आई थिंक 300 पिकोमीटर गिवन थी एज लेंथ, राइट। इफ समबडी हैज रिटन दिस पेपर एंड नोज द करेक्ट डेटा, जस्ट लेट मी नो इन द चैट सेक्शन गाइज। सो जो एज लेंथ था दैट वाज गिवन टू बी 300 पिकोमीटर, डेंसिटी वाज 3 ग्राम पर सेंटीमीटर क्यूब, राइट। एंड जो मोलिकुलर मास है हमें वो दे रखा है 40 ग्राम पर मोल, राइट। तो और पूछा है इसमें कि नंबर ऑफ एटम्स पर यूनिट सेल निकालो। तो बहुत ही इजी क्वेश्चन है ये, बेस्ड ऑन यू नो द डेंसिटी ऑफ यूनिट सेल। वन थिंग लेट मी टेल यू, द डेंसिटी ऑफ सॉलिड इज सेम एज द डेंसिटी ऑफ द यूनिट सेल, राइट, बिकॉज वी अज्यूम दैट एनी क्रिस्टलाइन सॉलिड इट कंसिस्ट्स ऑफ यूनिट सेल्स, राइट। तो इसमें क्या होगा, नंबर ऑफ एटम्स पर यूनिट सेल निकालने हैं हमें। एज लेंथ दे रखी है 300 पिकोमीटर, डेंसिटी दे रखी है 3 ग्राम पर सेंटीमीटर क्यूब और मोलर मास दे रखा है 40। तो कौन सा फॉर्मूला लगेगा गाइस? बहुत सिंपल, एनसीईआरटी में भी है, बहुत इजी प्रॉब्लम है ये, है ना। तो ये क्या हो जाएगा, D इज इक्वल टू ZM डिवाइडेड बाय A क्यूब Na, राइट। ये हमारा सिंपल फॉर्मूला होता है। डेंसिटी ऑफ यूनिट सेल इज मास ऑफ यूनिट सेल विच इज Z इंटू M, राइट, डिवाइडेड बाय A क्यूब Na, एज लेंथ क्यूब डिवाइडेड बाय दिस एवोगैड्रो कांस्टेंट, राइट। तो यहाँ पे हमें Z निकालना है गाइस, है ना। यहाँ पे हमें क्या निकालना है? Z निकालना है। तो ये हो जाएगा D A क्यूब Na डिवाइडेड बाय मोलर मास। इज दैट क्लियर? ये सब लोगों को समझ में आया? आई होप ये सब लोगों को समझ में आ गया। तो Z जो है वो हो जाएगा D A क्यूब Na डिवाइडेड बाय मोलर मास। तो ये आप लोग सॉल्व कर लेना, नो रॉकेट साइंस, बहुत ही सिंपल क्वेश्चन है ये, कैलकुलेशन का सारा खेल है यहाँ पर। तो डेंसिटी दे रखी है 3 ग्राम पर सेंटीमीटर क्यूब। वन थिंग दैट यू शुड रिमेंबर इज दैट द unit of edge length should be the same as the the unit of distance in your density, ठीक है। वो एक चीज कर लेना, जैसे काफी बच्चे यहाँ पे कर देंगे पिकोमीटर सब्स्टिट्यूट कर देंगे 10⁻⁻12 मीटर, बट वो गलत हो जाएगा, क्योंकि अगर तुम एज लेंथ 10⁻12 मीटर रखोगे बट डेंसिटी तो सेंटीमीटर क्यूब में है, राइट, डायमेंशनली इनकरेक्ट हो जाएगा यहाँ पे। तो ये हमारा हो जाएगा 3 मल्टीप्लाइड बाय एज लेंथ हम रखेंगे 300, पिको विल बी 10⁻⁻10 सेंटीमीटर। दिस इज समथिंग दैट यू शुड टेक केयर ऑफ, राइट। इज दैट क्लियर? आई होप ये सब लोगों को समझ में आ गया है ना। सो एज लेंथ जो है 300, पिको विल बी 10⁻10 सेंटीमीटर क्यूब, एंड देन एवोगैड्रो नंबर 6 ले लेते हैं, लेट्स सी उससे काम चलता है कि नहीं। तो 6 × 10⁻23 डिवाइडेड बाय मोलर मास दैट इज 40, ठीक है, मोलर मास दैट इज 40। Okay, so now this you can easily solve and you will get what is the correct answer. I think Z will come out to be approximately 1.2. So 1 will be the correct answer. I am telling you that for cross checking. So Z will come out to be in integers approximately 1. ठीक है, तो ये एक सिंपल क्वेश्चन था सॉलिड स्टेट्स, एंड आई डोंट थिंक कि इससे ज़्यादा आसान कोई क्वेश्चन सॉलिड स्टेट से पूछा जा सकता है ना, राइट, मतलब कैलकुलेटिव में, बिकॉज व्हेन यू स्टडी सॉलिड स्टेट चैप्टर तो डेंसिटी का फॉर्मूला जो है वो हम लोग ऑलवेज पढ़ते ही पढ़ते हैं, ठीक है, बिकॉज दैट्स वेरी स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड कॉन्सेप्ट, ठीक है। देन आई हैव सम मोर क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम ऑर्गेनिक केमिस्ट्री, राइट, लेट अस डिस्कस until the time your physics or maths teacher arrive, right, with some more question. So we do have some more question lined up, they're being compiled, so your maths and physics teacher will be here soon. Yeah, so this was very easy Nikhil, yes I totally agree with you, है ना। एक क्वेश्चन हमारा ऑर्गेनिक केमिस्ट्री से था, एक क्वेश्चन हमारा ऑर्गेनिक केमिस्ट्री से था कि भाई अगर ग्रिग्नार्ड रीजेंट रिएक्ट कर रहा है, ठीक है, बेंजाल्डिहाइड से और जो फाइनल प्रोडक्ट है वो बन रहा है हमारा ये, ठीक है, राइट। तो इसमें जो कोएफिशिएंट्स हैं वो इसका कोएफिशिएंट x है और इसका y है, तो रेशो पूछा था x/y का, बस ये पूछा था, ठीक है। ये इसमें बताओ तो ये कौन करेगा, ये मैंने तुम्हें पहले ही बताया, राइट। इफ यू गाइज हैव बीन वाचिंग आवर दिस मेमोरी बेस्ड लाइव सॉल्यूशंस, देन आई हैव टोल्ड यू बिफोर आल्सो दैट रिएक्शंस बेस्ड ऑन Grignard reagents they are very important, whether they be about the acidic nature of Grignard reagents, or they be the reactions of Grignard reagent with aldehydes and ketones, or the reaction of Grignard reagent with carbon dioxide which leads to the formation of carboxylic acid. So they are very very important reactions, right. So this is something that you should not miss. So tell me guys, what will be the ratio of x and y? So आप लोग मुझे जल्दी से बताएं x and y का रेशियो क्या हो जाएगा, ठीक है। In the chat section guys, tell me quickly. निखिल, तो निखिल ने बोला 1 आंसर, हु ऑल एग्री विद हिम, ये बताओ जल्दी से मुझे कौन कौन उसके साथ अग्री करता है, कौन कौन अग्री करता है। निखिल सेड ऑप्शन 1, राइट, एनीवन एल्स, एनीवन एल्स, एनीवन एल्स, यस। तो वेरी गुड वेरी गुड, बहुत ही सिंपल है ये, बहुत ही सिंपल है ना, क्योंकि देखो ग्रिग्नार्ड रिएजेंट, आई विल टेल यू, ग्रिग्नार्ड रिएजेंट फॉर्मल्डिहाइड के साथ रिएक्ट करता है तो प्राइमरी अल्कोहल बनाता है। लेट मी टेल यू गाइस, ओके, देयर वर सम पीपल हु वर आस्किंग अबाउट ऑर्गेनिक रिएक्शंस। ग्रिग्नार्ड रिएजेंट जब किसी दूसरे एल्डिहाइड के साथ रिएक्ट करता है, एनी अदर एल्डिहाइड देन फॉर्मल्डिहाइड, देन द प्रोडक्ट इज अ सेकेंडरी अल्कोहल, एंड व्हेन ग्रिग्नार्ड रिएजेंट रिएक्ट्स विद any ketone, the product is a tertiary alcohol, right. But in all cases this is a 1:1 reaction, which means that equal number of moles of Grignard reagent and benzaldehyde they react, ठीक है, equal number of moles of this Grignard reagent and benzaldehyde they react. So the answer would be here 1:1, right, that is 1. Let me show you how does this reaction occur, okay. So यहाँ पे we know that Grignard reagents they make very good nucleophiles, है ना, because carbon is bonded to magnesium, which is an electropositive element. So as a result, carbon has delta negative charge. So please remember that Grignard reagents, they are excellent carbon ions as well as they're excellent nucleophiles as well as bases. Okay? Why? Because they're a good source of carbon ions. So first, what happens here, that is a nucleophilic addition, right? Nucleophilic addition of this carbon on this carbonyl carbon. ठीक है, सबसे पहले ये हो जाता है, ये बताओ मुझे, है ना? तो ग्रिग्नार्ड रीजेंट जो है सबसे पहले वो अटैक करता है बेंजल्डिहाइड के कार्बोनिल कार्बन पे. This is a nucleophilic addition reaction. Can anybody tell me in the chat section why do aldehydes and ketones undergo nucleophilic addition and not substitution reaction? Can anybody tell me in the chat section why do aldehydes and ketones undergo nucleophilic addition and not substitution reaction? क्या कोई मुझे बता सकता है? तो यहाँ पे हमारा क्या होगा, C ये हो जाएगा O माइनस, है ना, राइट, ये हो जाएगा हमारा C एंड देन ये हो जाएगा O माइनस और फिर यहाँ पे आके ये मिथाइल जुड़ जाएगा. ठीक है, राइट. तो ये हमारा अल्कोहलेट आयन बन गया है. दिस इज कॉल्ड अल्कोहलेट आयन बिकॉज अल्कोहल पे अनायन है. एंड देन व्हेन यू सब्सिक्वेंटली हाइड्रोलाइज इट, देन यू विल गेट सेकेंडरी अल्कोहल, है ना. तब हमारा कौन सा अल्कोहल बन जाएगा, सेकेंडरी अल्कोहल बन जाएगा. ये बताओ जरा. ठीक है, तो ये हमारा CH हो गया, ये हमारा OH हो गया, ये CH3 हो गया. ठीक है, राइट. Tell me guys if you have any more doubt, because I think we do not have any questions in maths and physics, because if we had, then teachers will would have arrived by now. So if you have any doubt before we close this session, let me know guys. Okay, if anyone has any question in chemistry, then let me know guys before we end this session, because those of you who are going to write the examination in the evening shift today or on subsequent days, you should have your doubts cleared, right? Just let me know that. So that was the correct answer in this. Then which compound is so basically the question was Ziegler-Natta catalyst is used for the preparation of which polymer guys, which polymer? So apparently we do not have a lot of options here, right? Apparently we do not have a lot of options here. So tell me guys, Ziegler-Natta catalyst is used for the preparation of which polymer? So one question, one option we got right from Nikhil, and that is HDPE. So what is So you guys are familiar with HDPE and LDPE guys? Okay. Does anyone has any doubt regarding this? Anyone has any doubt regarding this guys? High density polythene and low density polythene. So this is something that you should know, right? This is something that you should know, that Ziegler-Natta catalyst, which is a very important catalyst, right? Triethyl aluminium and titanium tetrachloride, it is used in the preparation of high density polythene, right? HDPE. Yes, very good. That will be the correct answer here. That is used in the preparation of high density polythene. Okay, right. So those were the questions I had in chemistry so far. So if any of you has any doubt, then let me know. Okay, right. Anybody, if you guys have any doubt in chemistry, let me know. Nikhil, yes, correct, Surya. So have you guys written your exam, this, or you are yet to write? Have you guys written your exam, or you are yet to write the paper? So let me know in the chat section guys if you have any queries. No sir, no, yet to write. Okay, then I'm sure these sessions would be highly beneficial for you, right? Because you're also 13th ko hai. Okay, wish you all the best Nikhil for your exam. So I'm sure you guys would be finding these sessions highly beneficial, because we are discussing so many concepts and the type of similar questions that are asked in JEE, right? Okay, so this would be highly benefiting you. So apparently I think that's all in this discussion. If you guys have any query, any question, do drop it in the chat section, in the comment section, right? After this live streaming is over, so we'll try our best to answer your question. Okay, And then remember that one night before the exam, take good sleep, 7 to 8 hours, so that you don't feel tired when you're writing your paper. Okay, do not eat lot of heavy food, right? Because then your brain will not work at its best capacity. Okay, and be calm when you write your paper. Okay, have a strategy. Chemistry आज का बहुत easy है. Yes निखिल, chemistry section तो बहुत ही easy होता है, ठीक है? तो this is like something I always recommend. Okay, now obviously this is subjective. You guys may have your preference of attempting the questions, but as a chemistry teacher, I would recommend that you should always go with the chemistry section first, right? Because not only you are able to solve a greater number of questions in the same amount of time as compared to physics and maths, because you would have seen that maths does take a lot of time, like in every question, right? In the time you solve one maths question, then you can easily solve 3 to 4 chemistry questions very easily, okay? So you should always start with the chemistry section, then within 30 minutes you will get more than 20 questions, I'm telling you guys, okay? So in the 3 hours of examination, in 30 minutes, when you have correctly solved approximately 20 questions, it gives you confidence and it also makes you calm, right? Because you know that, okay, now only 30 minutes are over out of these 3 hours and I'm already done 20 questions. So now, okay, I'm building my score, so I don't have to worry about it, okay? If you start with lengthy questions, then what happens? After half an hour, maybe you just solve 5 or 8 questions. So you would be like, oh, now half an hour gone and I've only solved 5 to 8 questions. So that also works psychologically. So always attempt the questions which you think will take less amount of time, okay? Right? If the question take a longer amount of time, then you skip it, okay? And then come back to those questions at the end when you have time left. And always like keep 5 to 10 minutes just to run through the, you know, all the questions. You may have made any mistake, so it catches your attention. Okay, so wish you all the best. For those who are yet to write their paper, we'll be back again when the next we get questions, memory based questions in the next JEE. Till then, take care. Yes, my blessings are always with you guys and your hard work will pay off, right? Have faith in yourself, have faith in your preparation. So wish you all the best, guys. Take care. Bye bye.
Students, okay, students, we have a few more questions. थोड़े और questions आ गए हैं जो लोग अभी तक जुड़े हुए हो हमारे साथ. Physics के कुछ और questions आए हुए हैं. तो उसको let's do those physics questions, because again these are again not very difficult but not as easy as they were in the previous shifts. तो थोड़े standard level के questions. So let's see. So first question over here we have from communication systems. So communication system में तुम्हारा दिया हुआ है कि you want the range दिया हुआ है तुमको. Range required is 4 kilometers. Range required for transmission is range required जिसमें तुम्हें transmit करना है is 4 kilometers, which will obviously convert to 4000 meters. Okay. Next up दिया हुआ है तुम्हारा हाइट ऑफ ट्रांसमीटर 0 है, लेकिन हाइट ऑफ रिसीवर दिया हुआ है h इज इक्वल टू h ऑफ रिसीवर ही तुम्हें निकालना है. h ऑफ रिसीवर ही तुम्हें निकालना है, हाइट ऑफ ट्रांसमीटर नहीं दिया हुआ है. ओके, सो वी नो व्हाट द फॉर्मूला इज. फॉर्मूला इज गिवन बाय d इज इक्वल टू रूट ओवर ऑफ 2RH. ठीक है, 2RH, H है वही HR है. ओके, यहाँ पे रिसीवर का हाइट, रिसीवर का जो टावर है उसका हाइट. ओके, सो वी कैन पुट द वैल्यूज इन हियर. वी विल बी गेटिंग d स्क्वायर डिवाइडेड बाय 2RE इज इक्वल टू H. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे वैल्यूज डाल देते हैं. D इज गिवन एज 4000 मीटर, सो इसको स्क्वायर होगा तो 4 हो जाएगा 16 इंटू 10 टू द पावर 6, बिकॉज 4 इंटू 10 टू द पावर 3 है, तो 16 इंटू 10 टू द पावर 6 हो जाएगा, डिवाइडेड बाई 2 इंटू रेडियस ऑफ द अर्थ विच इज 6400 किलोमीटर्स. ठीक है, ये नोन वैल्यू है, ये हर जगह ही होता है. तो 64 इंटू 10 टू द पावर 5, तब 6400 हो गया 60. मैं 64 किया क्योंकि वो 64 16 के साथ कटने वाला है. So I'll keep 16 over here, 64 over here, and this will be 10 to the power 5. अब देखते हैं क्या आता है हमारा इससे. 10 to the power 5 इसको काट के सिर्फ 10 छोड़ेगा. This goes with 4, keeping 4 here, so you have 10 divided by 8. इसको और सिंप्लीफाई कर सकते हैं, इसको 5 कर सकते हैं. Then we have 5 divided by 4, that is 1.2. So it's just 1.2 meters. We need the height of the receiver required is just 1.2 meters. Okay, so let's look at the next question now. Next question दिया हुआ है of capacitors. Next question is from capacitors. Just a moment. तो कैपेसिटर का ये वाला क्वेश्चन है. ओके, अगेन दिस इज ऑल्सो वेरी सिंपल. दिस इज सिमिलर टू व्हाट वी गॉट. यस यस, इट इज 1.25 मीटर्स. दैट्स राइट सूर्य. सो दिस इज सिमिलर टू व्हाट वी हैव गॉट इन आई थिंक 6th अप्रैल के शिफ्ट में ही हमने देखा था ये वाला ऐसे टाइप का क्वेश्चन. सो ओवर हियर इट इज सेड दैट इनिशियली यू हैव वन कैपेसिटर ऑफ कैपेसिटेंस C with the potential difference across it given by V, right? और तब एनर्जी था, energy was U1. This was the energy. Now in the second case, we are connecting that capacitor with another capacitor here. That capacitor is connected with another capacitor. ये वाली की ज़रूरत नहीं है because there's no ends to it. Okay? You can even think of this as being parallel as well. ठीक है? और यहाँ पे you're connecting it. This is also capacitance C. This is also capacitance C. They have said कि अब की बार जो energy है, the energy becomes U2. So what is U1 by U2? So let's look at this. In this case, U1 is just half CV square. That's all there is to it. Half CV square. इसमें ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं है, direct formula है. U2 के केस में क्या होगा? देखो, क्योंकि ये दोनों कैपेसिटेंस इक्वल है, as soon as you connect them, इन दोनों के ऊपर इंडिविजुअली आ जाएगा V/2. Potential difference would become V/2 over here, which means U2 is equal to half into C into V/2 whole square प्लस ये एक कैपेसिटर का और दूसरे कैपेसिटर का भी ले सकते हैं हाफ इंटू C इंटू V/2 होल स्क्वायर. तो वो देगा हाफ इंटू CV स्क्वायर डिवाइडेड बाई एक एक्स्ट्रा फैक्टर ऑफ हाफ हो जाएगा बिकॉज 1/4 प्लस 1/4 आएगा. ओके, so here we'll be having 1/2 here. So U1 by U2 will be equal to 2:1. क्योंकि ये divided by U2 जैसे करोगे हाफ CV स्क्वायर तो दोनों में कट जाएगा. You'll just have this half remaining in the denominator which flipped up will give you 2. That's right, Nikhil. The answer is 2:1. Okay. Next question. Okay. ये वाला थोड़ा I won't say this is tricky but this was a bit factual. तो ये वाला तुम लोगों को अगर if you are familiar with this then you would have got it instantly. नहीं तो ये थोड़ा factual question है. In this one, this is of units and measurements. Units and measurements में generally तुम्हारे पास questions आते हैं from dimensional analysis. But this surprisingly is from units itself, units of measurement. Okay, that's right, Surya. The previous question was 2:1. So यहाँ पे this is statement two statement type. So statement 1 says that parsec astronomical units and light year. Astronomical units and light year are units of distance. This is the first one, are used to measure distance. Used to measure distance. ठीक है. Next is statement 2. In statement 2 तुम्हें बताया है कि you have to arrange them in the order. ठीक है. Which one is greater, which one is lesser. तो जो arrangement दिया हुआ है, one atomic unit is less than 1 parsec is less than 1 light year. ठीक है, तो which one is correct, which one is incorrect? Let me know everyone who has tuned in here, which is correct, which is incorrect. This is a slightly factual question. So firstly, this we know is true. Parsec, astronomical unit and light year are all units of distance. So our first statement is in fact correct. But what about the second statement? The second statement is incorrect. The reason being, the correct order would be astronomical unit is the least, then comes light year, and then comes parsec. Okay, if you don't remember what these were, one astronomical unit is considered the average distance between the earth and the sun. That distance is one astronomical unit. Light year, obviously most people are familiar with this. Light year means the distance that light takes to travel in 1 year. Distance that light travels in a duration of 1 year. That is light year. And what is parsec? Parsec is the distance required where one astronomical unit subtends 1 arc second. What does that mean? That means that if you have, this is the astronomical unit, let's assume this is the astronomical unit, then a parsec is the distance where if you view it from far out, then the angle it will subtend will be 1 second. So this distance, if this is 1 astronomical unit, then the distance far away from where, if you look at that much distance, it will appear as just 1 second, it will subtend an angle of only 1 second, that is 1 parsec. So 1 parsec, if you don't know, 1 parsec is equal to 3.3 light years. Okay, that's right, Surya. Statement 1 is true and statement 2 is false. So this was a little factual question. Okay, next up we have the sensitivity of current. Okay, just a moment, this is an incorrect statement, we have got the correct question also. Okay, here is the correct question. This says that in a moving coil galvanometer, number of turns is increased by 25%. Number of turns increased by 25%. This is a moving coil galvanometer. Okay, they have asked you what is the change in voltage sensitivity. Change in voltage sensitivity. Okay, change in voltage sensitivity. What is the formula for the voltage sensitivity? It is given by kV is equal to NAB divided by C into R, where C is the torsional constant. Okay, so over here the change in voltage sensitivity will be equal to 0. The reason being, here you see N. So you would say if number of turns changes by 25%, it should increase. But if you increase the number of turns, then your radius also, your resistance also increases. Okay, because if you put more coil over there, then your resistance increases. So the number of turns, how much the number of turns increases, by the same factor the resistance also increases. They both cancel each other's effect out, ensuring that the voltage sensitivity does not change. If this was with the case of current sensitivity, then current sensitivity would have changed by the same 25%, because in current sensitivity this R factor does not appear. Okay, fine. So again, this is slightly tricky, I would say, not very difficult but slightly tricky. Next question, let's move on to the next one now. This one is just a moment. Okay, we have been given the speed, we have been given the equation of a wave. Again, very straightforward previous shift level questions. Okay, this one has given the equation of a wave. We have seen a very similar question in, again, I think 6th April shift 2. Y is equal to a sine of 160t minus 0.5x. minus 0.5x. They have just asked you for the speed of the wave. Speed of the wave is simple to get to. We know this part 160 is omega, this is k, v is equal to omega by k, that is 160 divided by 0.5, you will be getting 320 meters per second. Okay? Is that clear, everyone? Anyone having any doubts in these questions, because we're covering them up real quick? If anyone has any doubts in any question, then do point it out, do put it in the chat, and I will clarify it for you. Okay, next question, just a moment. We have a couple more questions. Okay, this one is of critical angle. This question is of critical angle. So it has given the critical angle IC is equal to 45 degree. They're asking us what is the speed of light in the medium. Speed of light in the medium. So what do we know is the relation between critical angle and refractive index? The relation between critical angle of refractive index is that the refractive index is 1 by sine of IC, that is 1 by sine of 45. So the refractive index of the material is root 2, that is 1.414 or 1.4. We'll keep it as 1.4 for now. Next, we want the speed in that medium. Once again, the other relation for refractive index, n is equal to c divided by v, where c is the speed of light in vacuum, v is the speed of light in the medium, which means v will be equal to c divided by n, that is 3 into 10 to the power 8 divided by n refers to the refractive index, which we just found as 4. So I don't have the options, but in all probability you won't have to calculate this in detail. You would get some quantity that is greater than, so you will get equal to some quantity that is greater than 2 into 10 to the power 8. So maybe 2.1 or 2.2 into 10 to the power 8 meters per second. That would be the speed. Generally the JEE, we don't have the options, but generally in JEE the options they give will ensure that you don't have to calculate big quantities. So you can use these approximations to arrive at which option is correct. Okay, we have one more question. So we'll just do this one more question over here. Okay, we have a couple more. We have two more, so we'll do that. We'll do this two more. First one is again very straightforward, but if your concepts are good, then you can do it instantly. It's just you'll see it and realize it. Okay, that's right, Surya. It's around 2.2. 2.2 into 10 to the power 8. So this one relates, this one says that the impedance versus the frequency of an AC, impedance versus frequency of an AC has two graphs. One graph looks like this and the other graph looks like this. So they have told that one of them is a purely inductive circuit and the other one is a purely capacitive circuit. You have to understand which one is inductive, which one is capacitive. So let's name them. This is 1 and this is 2. Put it in the chat. Which one do you think is inductive? Which one is capacitive? Over here. So I'll right away give you the answer because it's straightforward. Remember, in a purely inductive circuit, the impedance is just equal to the inductive reactance, which is equal to omega L. We see Z is directly proportional to omega, which means they should create a straight line, which means this one is an inductive circuit. This one is the response of an inductive circuit. Okay, exactly, Nikhil. One is inductive, two is capacitive, because in the second one, for a purely capacitive circuit, Z is equal to capacitive reactance, which is 1 by omega C. So here Z is inversely proportional to omega, which means it will create a rectangular hyperbola, which means this one will be a capacitive circuit. This is capacitive. The answer is capacitive. Okay, correct, Nikhil. This one is, first one is inductive, second one is capacitive. Okay, again, this generally you don't even have to work like that. Just by looking through mental maths itself, you can solve this question instantly in a moment. Okay, we have another question. This is of circuits. We need to find current through resistors. So let's do, that's the last one that we have got so far. Then probably Akshay sir would be coming in and solving a few questions. We'll just solve this last question prior to that. So this one we have here, we have two cells. We have two cells, one of 4 volts and internal resistance of 0.5 ohms, and the other cell is of 8 volts and 1.5 ohms, right? No, it's 1 ohms. My bad. Sorry. We'll just redo it. We haven't done too much damage. This was 4 volts and 0.5 ohms, and this one is going to be 8 volts and 1 ohm. Along with that, these are the internal resistances. Along with that, we connect external resistances. Here we have 6.5 ohms, and here we have two resistances in parallel. They are 3 ohm and 6 ohm. 3 ohms and 6 ohms. They have asked you what is the current flowing through this wire over here. We want this I3 over here, the current through that part. Okay, so first thing, just look at the two cells. Both of the cells are pointing in the same direction. So the net EMF produced over here, they will just add each other up, which means the net EMF would be 8 volt plus 14 volts, that is equal to 12 volts. So you've got the net EMF. Next we need the total resistance. So for the total resistance, firstly these two are in parallel. So what is their equivalent resistance going to be? The equivalent resistance of this, let's call it R dash, would be equal to 3 into 6 divided by 3 plus 6, which is just going to be 18 divided by 9, that is 2 ohms. So this part has a resistance of 2 ohms. Here we have 6.5 to 8.5 plus 1.5, that is equal to 10. So the total resistance is 10 ohms. So what is the main current flowing? What is the main current flowing? That is EMF divided by the total resistance, that is 12 by 10, that is 1.2 amperes. So 1.2 amperes is flowing through it. But as it comes here to this parallel part, the current is getting split up into each of the paths over here. And we need to find only the current, my bad, the current direction would be in this direction. So we need to find the current only in this path. We again have a direct relation for that. The relation is the current through that path is equal to the other resistance, that is 6 ohm, divided by the sum of the resistances, that is 6 plus 3, multiplied with the main current, that is 1.2. So over here we have 6 by 9, you can cancel this out. Here you'll have 2, here you'll have 3, so it goes with 0.4, so that is 0.8 amperes. So the current flowing through this path is 0.8 amperes. Okay, that's right, Nikhil, that is the correct answer. So these are the questions that we have received so far in physics. Now most probably, now Akshay sir is here, he will be discussing the last part of the maths paper and then he'll probably wrap it up. He'll again be coming live at around 6:30ish today. So subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed. Invite your friends as well to come and attend that session. And like this video if you haven't liked it yet. Akshay sir, it's all yours now.
Thank you so much, sir. So are you all able to hear me, students? All right. So we have few questions related to the mathematics subjects, and they are not few, there are many questions. Okay. So let us start with the very first question, which is there in front of us on the screen. So without wasting your time, so I'll be just starting with the explanation of the concepts which is being asked in the question, and then we'll be moving to the next question. Okay. So here is a first question in front of you, which is having, there is a function fx, greatest integer function GIF is given to you, and in the greatest integer function there is a function x square minus x. Now this x square minus x of greatest integer function is added to the fractional part of x, and the addition of these two functions is equals to fx. Now there are some points which are given in the option. Now looking into these options, fx is continuous at 0 and 1, fx is continuous and differentiable at 0 and 1, fx is continuous but not differentiable at 0 and 1, fx is continuous at 1 but discontinuous at 0. So these are the options given to us. Okay. Now here what we need to think about. Here we want to just understand that this particular function can be sometimes continuous or discontinuous depending on the graph of this function. So how will I be able to think about it? Now we are observing that the given function inside the greatest integer function is a quadratic expression. This is a quadratic, and in this quadratic, if I try to draw the graph of it, it is y is equals to x square minus x. Now I will take this x common and it will be x minus 1. That means the root of this quadratic is x is equals to 0 and x is equals to 1. If I try to draw the graph of it, how will I be able to represent the graph? This is x axis, this is y axis, and this is the 0, this is the 1 point, and here this type of the parabola will be obtained of y is equals to x square minus x. Now the vertex is at the point half over here. At half we are getting the value of y as minus 1 upon 4. Suppose if you put the value of x as half in this particular function, you will have the value of y as minus 1 by 4, okay? Now I just want to think about the greatest integer values of this, and we also need to discuss the continuity and differentiability at 0 and 1. So beyond 0 and 1 we need not to go. We need not to go up till 25 or 26, okay? So in this particular case, what I'll do, I'll draw the line of y is equals to 1. So this is the line which is representing y is equals to 1. Now if I take this y is equals to 1 and I find the value of x, round about x will be minus half. Okay, and if I take the value of y as 1 and I find the value of x here, it will be 3 over 2. So this is a particular case which is given here in the y is equals to greatest integer of x square minus x. You all know this is the fractional part function. This is the fractional part function. In the case of the fractional part function, if I try to draw the graph of it, so how the graph of fractional part function would appear? Suppose this is x axis, this is y axis. Now y is equals to x line will be there for x is equals to 0 to 1. So this line is having the equation y is equals to x. Now from 1 to 2, this line will be having the equation y is equals to x minus 1. And from minus 1 to 0, this line would be having the equation y is equals to x plus 1. I hope you are able to understand how we got the graph of the fractional part function. Once we have the graph of fractional part function, we also have the graph of these quadratic function. Now let us try to explain the function fx. Okay. So if I try to write the definition of the function fx, how will I be able to define this function fx? So I am defining the function fx over here. So fx will be, suppose the very first case is minus half to 0. So when minus half to 0, the value of y is between, when I am taking this x as minus half to 0, the value of y is less than 1. Between minus half to 0, we are observing the value of y is between 0 to 1. So for the value of y between 0 to 1, the fractional part, the greatest integer part of the value between 0 to 1 will become 0. That means if x is between 0 to half, if x is between 0 to half, sorry, 0 to half not, if x is between minus half to 0, because I am considering the value of x as minus half to 0. Try to understand, if I consider the value of x as minus half to 0, then the value of y for this function will be 0. So I am writing 0. And for minus half to 0, minus half will be here. For minus half to 0, the value of y for this function will be x plus 1. So here I am writing x plus 1. I hope this is clear to you. Now at x is equals to 0. At x is equals to 0, this greatest integer function value will give me the value 0. And at x is equals to 0, this fractional part function will also give me the value 0. I hope you are able to understand. Now let us move from 0 to 1. If I move from 0 to 1, so between 0 to 1, I am observing that the value of y is maximum minus 1 by 4, or minimum side it is minus 1 by 4. The value of y is between minus 1 by 4 to 0. So if I keep a value minus 1 by 4 to 0 in the greatest integer function, it will give me a value minus 1. So here I will have minus 1. Here I will have minus 1. And between 0 to half, between 0 to 1, this particular graph is giving y is equals to x. So I am having y is equals to x relationship. So between 0 to 1, this GIF is giving the result. This GIF is giving the result minus 1. And this fractional part function is giving us the result y is equals to x. I hope you are able to understand between 0 to 1 also. Now I want to discuss between 1 to 3 by 2. So if I am taking the value of x between 1 to 3 by 2, the value of y will be between 0 to 1, between 0 to 1. So if value of y is between 0 to 1, the greatest integer value will become 0, and the fractional part value between 1 to 3 by 2 will become y is equals to x minus 1. So this will become 0 and this will become x minus 1. I hope you are able to understand how we have got the function fx. So this is the way we got the function fx. Once we have the function fx with us, we can directly check at which point it is continuous, at which point it is differentiable, at which point it is discontinuous. So if I observe the value at 0, left hand limit will be 1, at 0 it is 0, right hand limit of 0 it is minus 1. So at 0 it is discontinuous. But at 1 if I consider, if I put 1 here, so left hand limit of 1 and right hand limit of 1 is both same. So that is why at 1 it is continuous, but at 0 it is discontinuous, which is given to us in the option D. That is why option D will be the final answer. So guys, are you all able to understand? A very good question, highly conceptual question has been asked in this particular shift of the JEE Mains. So are you all able to understand from the combination of these two functions how I created the definition of a function fx? And once I created a definition of a function fx, then the interpretation will be the D option. I hope you understood the concept that is being used here. Now we want to move ahead for the next question. So we are moving ahead for the next question now. Here we have another question. This is a question from the complex number, and in this question, two complex number W1 and W2. W1 is defined as this, W2 is defined as this. Both are rotated by 90 degree. With respect to the origin, one is rotated anti-clockwise, W1 is rotated anti-clockwise, and W2 is rotated clockwise to get the new complex number W3 and W4. So basically rotation theorem will be used over here to get the answer. If I want to get the value of W3, so basically W3 is being obtained by rotating anti-clockwise W1 by 90 degree. So the value of W3 I can write e raised to the power iota pi by 2. So I'll be just multiplying it by a rotating factor, that is e raised to the power iota theta. If there is an anti-clockwise rotation, then theta will be positive. If there is a clockwise rotation, then theta will be negative. So W3 will be e raised to the power iota pi by 2 into W1. E raised to the power iota pi by 2 will be cos pi by 2 plus iota sin pi by 2. So that will be iota only into W1, that is 3 plus 5 iota. Now if I try to open up the parenthesis, it will be 3 iota and then it is minus 5. So this will give me a value of W3. If I want to get the value of W4, it is the clockwise rotation of W2. So if W2 is rotated clockwise, that means I'll be multiplying it by e raised to the power minus iota pi by 2. Because in the case of clockwise rotation, we need to consider the angle as negative. Into W2 is 5 plus 4 iota. Now here we will be writing cos minus pi by 2 plus iota sin minus pi by 2. So that will give me the value minus iota, and this minus iota will multiply it with the 5 plus 4 iota. So this will give me a value minus 5 iota, and here we have plus 4. I hope this is also clear to you. Now they are asking us the argument of W3 minus W4. So I will be subtracting these two complex number. So 3 iota minus 5 and then minus times minus 5 iota plus 4. So 3 plus 5 it will become 8 iota, and minus 5 minus 4 will become minus 9. So if I want to get the argument of this complex number, so I can observe that this complex number lies in the second quadrant, and since it is in the second quadrant, so it will be written as pi minus theta. So theta will be tan inverse imaginary part upon real part. Imaginary part is 8 and real part is 9. So here we have pi minus tan inverse 8 upon 9, and pi minus tan inverse 8 upon 9 is given to us in the option C. Hence option C will be the final answer. Guys, are you all able to understand how we have applied the rotation theorem in this question and got the answer of this question? If you are able to understand this, then we are moving to the next question. Guys, say yes or no in the comment section. I'm waiting for your comments. No one has put on the comment in the comment section. Are you all able to understand this or not? Just say yes or no in the comment section. Hurry up. Hurry up. Waiting for your response. All right. Thank you. All right. I received the response from the Nikhil. So that is why we are moving ahead to the next question. This is a question from the quadratic equation. There is, let a and b are the roots of the given equation. So there is a quadratic equation which has the root a and b. Then we need to find the value of a raised to the power 21 plus b raised to the power 21 plus a raised to the power 17 plus b raised to the power 17 whole divided by a raised to the power 19 plus b raised to the power 19. So how will I be able to solve this expression? In this particular case, that means, can I put the value of x as a? Yes. So it will become a square minus 7a minus 1. So can I get the value of a square minus 1 in this case? Yes, it will be 7a. Now, what is the benefit of writing in this way? The benefit is, if I take a raised to the power 17 common, I'll have a raised to the power 4 plus 1. If I take b raised to the power 17 common from these two, I'll have b raised to the power 4 plus 1. B raised to the power 4 plus 1, and this is whole divided by a raised to the power 19 plus b raised to the power 19. Now I need the value of a raised to the power 4 plus 1. So what I'll do, I'll square both the sides. So it will be a raised to the power 4 minus 2a square, and here we have plus 1 is equals to 49a square. I squared both the sides. I got the value of a raised to the power 4 1 as 51a square. In the same way, b raised to the power 4 plus 1 will be 51b square. So I just put the value over here 51a square, and I am putting the value over here 51b square, and this is being divided by a raised to the power 19 plus b raised to the power 19. Guys, if you take this 51 common, you'll have the numerator and denominator same, that is a raised to the power 19 plus b raised to the power 19. So the answer to this question will be 51. 51 is given to us in the option D, hence option D will be the final answer. Is this clear to everyone that how we got the option D as the final answer for this question? Yes, Surya, you're absolutely right. If you are able to understand how we have attempted this illustration, then we are moving ahead to the next problem. So here we go to the another problem. In this question, we need to find the number of rational terms in this expansion. So let us write the general term first of all, because if I want to get the rational terms, then let us write the general term first of all. So general term will be TR plus 1, it will be equals to NCR, then 3 raised to the power 3 by 4 raised to the power 60 minus R, and then it will be 5 raised to the power 3 by 2 raised to the power R. I hope you are able to understand this. So from here what I am understanding, that this will become rational, or this will become rational if R is a multiple of 2. So R is a multiple of 2, then this term will become 3 upon 2 multiply by R will become a rational quantity. And if this term needs to be rational, then 60 minus R is multiple of 4. Then 60 minus R is multiple of 4, because it is being divided by 4 and here it is being divided by 2. So R should be multiple of 2 for this term to become rational, and for this term to become rational, 60 minus R should be multiple of 4. So 60 is already divisible by 4, so R should also be divisible by 4, and here R is multiple of 2, that means R should be multiple of 4. If I want to satisfy both the conditions simultaneously, so R should be multiple of 4, because if R is multiple of 4, then this will also become rational. If R is multiple of 4, then this will also become rational. So R can be 0, R can be 4, R can be 8, up till R can be 16, because till 60 we can go, because the highest power that we have is 60. Now this is a arithmetic progression, and in this AP, if I want to calculate the number of terms, so number of terms will be 16 terms. Is this clear to you? So directly how you can calculate 60 divided by the common difference. Common difference is 4. 60 upon 4 is 15, and one term 0 is extra. So 15 plus 1, it will be 16. So total number of rational terms in this expansion will be 15 terms. 15 plus 1, because of this 0, it will be 16 terms. Are you all able to understand how I have done the question in the limited amount of time? Okay, I hope you are able to understand the concept that we are using here to complete the illustrations. Now, if you are able to understand this, then we are moving ahead to the next question. Now, this is very important question that has been came from the mathematical reasoning. There is a expression given to us, and in this expression they are asking to get the number of triplets such that it is true, such that this expression is true. Okay, so we want to get the number of triplets such that this expression is true. We need to get the value of the PQR such that this is true. So do you know, if you create the truth table, so how many rows will it have? Most important is, the best way to do this question is to create the truth table. So can you please help me out? How many rows will it have to create the truth table of this? How many rows will it have to create the truth table of it? Hurry up, tell me, very good. Tell me, hurry up. How many rows will it have to create the truth table of it? Alright, so the very first is first row, second row, third, then fourth, then fifth, then sixth, then seventh, then eighth. Leave the ninth. So eighth row, 8 rows are required to actually fill this. And how will I be able to fill this? So I'll write false, then I'll write true. So this is the best way that I am giving you to create the truth table in case of 3 events are given, FT, 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 and I think I have made an error in this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So FT, 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 okay, FT, yeah. So ninth row should not be there, okay. Now double F, double T, double F, double T, this is a way to create the truth table. Now here we will have 4 times F, 4 times T. Now once we have written all the element in the 8 rows, then we just need to check P or Q. Okay, check them simultaneously. The best way is to check them simultaneously. Okay, so let me check the first one. In the first row it is FFF. So false and false will become false, and false implies any quantity will be true. So this is true. Okay, they have asked the number of triplets such that it is true. So this will be counted as 1. In the same way, you need to check in which of these cases we are getting the result true, and that will give you the final answer. So will you be able to complete this question by your own? Just say yes or no in the comment section. I have given you the way to solve this question, and if you understood the concept being used here to solve this question, then we can go ahead for the next question. This is very easy. All right, thank you, Surya. So we are moving ahead to the next problem. Next problem is from the trigonometry, and here we need to count the number of solutions. There is a trigonometric equation given to us, and in this we need to calculate the number of theta that will satisfy this equation. So beta, how will I be able to do this? The concept to complete this illustration is, we have cos raised to the power 4, we have 2 cos square, we have 1. So I'll combine these 3 terms. And these 3 terms will combine together and will generate cos square theta minus 1 whole square. And then we have sin square theta, and then it is equals to 0. I hope this is clear to you. Now this cos square theta minus 1 whole square can also be written as 1 minus cos square theta whole square, because cos square theta minus 1 will be negative sin square, and negative sin square whole square will be converted to sin raised to the power 4, because negative square will become positive. Here we have sin square, and here we have 0. Now I am taking this sin square common. Once we take this sin square common, I will be left with sin square theta plus 1 is equals to 0. So I got the value of sin square theta as 0, and I got the value of sin square theta as minus 1. So sin square theta as minus 1, here I will have no solution, because the square of any quantity cannot be negative if it is real. Now here we have sin theta equals to 0. And we know that the value of sin theta is equals to 0 can be obtained at theta is equals to n pi. So the range of values of theta should also be given here. Okay, range of values. I think the question is incomplete. Range of values of theta. That means the interval should also be there. Let me check if in the question that I received whether there is an interval or not. Let me check it. Yeah, so the interval is theta belongs to 0 to 2 pi. Yes, this is the interval given. Okay, so this interval is given in the question already, then only we need to find the number of solutions. So between 0 to 2 pi, the first is 0, the second is pi, the third one is 2 pi. Now counting these 3 will give me the number of solutions, and here the number of solutions will be 3. So option C, will be the final answer over here. Are you all able to understand how we got the number of solutions between 0 to 2 pi? This was quite easy question because the range of values of theta are also given in the question. Trigonometric equation is given. Simplifying this trigonometric equation, getting the roots of it was very easy to get the answer. I hope you understood the concept that we have used here to actually complete this question. Moving ahead to the next question. This question we already have done. That means there is a plane, alpha beta image. Yeah, this question alpha plus beta plus gamma, ये वाला question हमने पहले भी कर लिया था. The same question we have done. जो मैंने अगर आप सेशन को प्रीवियस में लेके जाओगे, शुरुआत में लेके जाओगे जहां पे मैथ्स के क्वेश्चंस किए थे हमने, so this question we already have done there. So let us sum up the session, and I can see majority of the questions we already have taken here. हमने यहाँ पे सारे questions ले लिए हैं. So that is why I am summing up the session. मैं यहाँ पे ये वाला जो session है इसको end कर रहा हूँ. अच्छा, ये वाला एक question और है. Let us do the last question. Yes. So let us do the last question. एक question और है, देख लेते हैं ये वाला. देखो एक बार जल्दी से पढ़ो, मैं हट रहा हूँ स्क्रीन के आगे से. A rectangle is drawn by the lines x is equals to 0, x is equals to 2, y is equals to 0, y is equals to 5. So I am creating a rectangle in front of you. देखो जो जो information दे रखी है उसके behalf पे मैं question को कर रहा हूँ. Okay. So देखो ये x axis है, ये y axis है. x is equals to 0, x is equals to 2. This is the 2. x is equals to 2. Next, y is equals to 0, y is equals to 5. ये y is equals to 0 है, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is y is equals to 5. All right. So y is equals to 0, y is equals to 5. Point A and B lie on the coordinate axis. ठीक है, यहाँ पे हम कहीं ना कहीं A मान लेते हैं, यहाँ पे हम कहीं ना कहीं B मान लेते हैं. If the line AB divides the area of the rectangle, देखो 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 ये रहा. So ये A हो गया और ये B हो गया, और line AB divides the area of the rectangle in the ratio 4:1. 4:1 में ये area divide करेंगे. So the actual area, total area of rectangle is what? Total area of rectangle is length into breadth. Length is 2, breadth is 5, it is 10. Now this line is dividing in the ratio 4:1. So एक तो बन जाएगा 4:1 मतलब 4/5 of 10, और दूसरा बन जाएगा 1/5 of 10. So एक तो आ जाएगा 8 और एक आ जाएगा 2. तो इसका मतलब एक एरिया तो हम लिख देते हैं 8, एक एरिया हम लिख देते हैं 2. Okay, now then the locus of midpoint of AB they are asking for. Locus of, ये लाइन AB है ना, कहीं से भी जा सकती है बच्चों, ऐसा नहीं है ये पर्टिकुलरली यहीं बनेगी, कहीं से भी जा सकती है. बस एक एरिया 8 होगा, दूसरा 2 होगा. Locus of the midpoint of AB they are asking. So how to deal with it? So let us assume the midpoint is having the coordinate h comma k, because for the locus we are assuming the coordinate h comma k. So if this is a midpoint, then B will have the coordinate 2h comma 0. And this A will have the coordinate 0, 2k, 0, 2k. I hope you are able to understand this. Now I know that this triangle is having the area 8. So this triangle is half into base into height. So I am writing here half into 2h into 2k. Half into base into height is equals to area of the triangle, that is 8. Area of the triangle, that is 8. So I will be cancelling this 2 with 2. And I'll get the locus as kh is equals to 4. Kh is equals to 4 means xy is equals to c. And xy is equals to c is a rectangular hyperbola. So hyperbola B option will be the final answer that is representing in the question. And the equation that we have got for the locus is xy is equals to c. Are you all able to understand how we have done this question and we have got the option B correct for this question? Is this clear to you? And if this is clear to you, then we are moving ahead. हम बस इस सेशन को खत्म करते हैं क्योंकि majority of the questions we have discussed today. So thank you so much guys. It was very nice session with you all and I really enjoyed it. And stay connected. I can see many of the students have not liked this video, so please like it. Many of the students have not subscribed our channel, so please subscribe it, and we will be coming every day with these type of the videos, these type of the YouTube sessions where we will be helping you out to solve the JEE Mains paper. Okay, so thank you once again for connecting with us, and we'll be meeting soon in the next session, that is after the evening shift 6:30. We'll again meeting soon in this live session to discuss the JEE Mains questions and the analysis of the paper. Okay, so thank you once again. All the best, everyone, for your JEE Mains, and I wish you luck all the time. I wish that you all students get your dream college and your dream branch in the IIT. Okay, so thank you once again. Bye bye. Take care. Have a nice day. I'm going to end this session now.